Shit.
All right, good evening, Crusaders. Welcome to Hammered Heroes. I am your humble pawn, Lucas Fashina, and I am joined by the Lord of the Realm, Mr. Al, motherfucking Mega, doing it and everything all over the place.
Wepa!
And it looks like we got some
Power
other
on.
guys. Uh,
Pairing.
looks, looks like we're joined by another Knight of the Realm, Jeff Bracy, the first time with us.
Oh man, that's
Looks like
Mr. Bracy. Oh shit.
he he's
Why isn't this going through my speaker yet? Just put it up there, sweetheart.
Instructions on how to set up a system, folks. Here we go.
Oh wait, that's right. I should do headphones, guys. Don't want
Power off.
to mess everybody up with echoes and all that.
Oh man. Oh, I know he's recording, so there goes the introduction, Luke.
Oh, where we could do it again, and then can you hear us, Jeff?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Okay,
got
I'm
you.
gonna do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
the speaker on my MacBook blew like last year, so I
It blew.
use it
What
blew.
did it blow?
Well, it's not a peep show, guys. It's video chat. It's not a peep show. Come on, chill with that.
All right, I'm gonna do this
It's
intro
free on the
again.
internet, man.
All right, I'm gonna do this intro again, and we can cut that first part out. All right, good evening,
Why would you want
Crusaders.
to?
We'll see
That was
if we-
gold, son.
Absolutely. All right, good evening, Crusaders. Welcome to Hammered Heroes. I am your humble pawn on the front line, Lucas Fashina. I am joined by another Knight of the Realm, Jeff Bracy, and I am also joined by the Lord of the Realm of Comic Crusaders, the absolutely brilliant motherfucking Al, motherfucking Mega. How you doing, boys?
Wepa, ¿qué pasa, muchachos?
Para arriba, para adelante. Vamos. All right, all right.
Chimichanga. Something Mexican.
Hey, fucking
tequila.
Deadpool over here. All right.
Right. Let me first say something, man. This is the first time I get a chat with my two Crusaders here, Mr. Bracy and Mr. Lucas. So it's an absolute pleasure, man, to actually join you today. And
Yeah,
chit
man,
chat.
it's nice to see you
Hey,
guys in the real.
Hey, we had to do it. Had to get you guys on, and there is no format to this. Only format is you must be holding, either smoking
Yeah.
or drinking something. You got yours, Jeff?
Wife, bring me my alcohol.
Bring me my mead.
So we'll be seeing Jeff.
I'm actually trying to get some mead.
Oh, you are? From where?
We got a liquor store here called Surf Beverage, and I was passing by after eating at the deli, and I noticed they had this honey flavored Tennessee whiskey. I was like, honey, alcohol, mead, yes. I've got Viking heritage in me. I need some mead. I've always wanted to try some mead.
Oh man, me too. They say I can't hang with it though. I'll probably get in a coma.
So
Let's see what we got. We got
so any mead companies.
Rumplements.
So okay, so any mead companies that want to hook my boy up, Jeff, and want to get sponsored or want to sponsor us, you go ahead and hook us up, and we'll make sure we'll be drinking this on this any future podcast.
And actually, to make sure that it holds up to its legend that it's supposedly so strong. So let's see, are there Vikings in us, gentlemen?
Pardon me a second, gentlemen. Dear Lord, we thank you for this food, and we humbly ask that you would bless it, Lord. In Jesus Christ's name we pray to you. Amen.
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 Yeah, just getting off work, just eating. So please forgive me for being all rude about that.
No. You do what you do.
Hey, this is a Saturday night. I definitely appreciate you guys for coming on with me. This is your Saturday night when you guys can be spending with your family or just getting drunk by yourself. So definitely appreciate this. So Al, right before we started off, was telling us some great stories about his ventures over to the Tollgate convention over at the.
I just keep the volume down a little bit because I don't want the sound to come through the mic. My wife's going to do some gaming.
Stuff. Oh, there you go. She's a gamer. Okay.
Yeah, man. She's rocking that. What are you playing, sweetheart? Dragon Age. She's doing some Dragon Age right now.
All right. Kick ass. There you go.
She's big into like the fantasy games and the dungeon crawlers. That's her jam.
Okay, we'll have to get her on for a Twitch session sometime soon. All right.
Sounds good.
So before we got on, Al was telling us about his great ventures at the toy convention. And how was it, Al?
Yo, guys, you guys have no idea. Toy Fair is an event unlike a Comic Con because it is an industry event. With that said, you're not dealing with fan traffic, so you have elbow room. There's no fussing around. It's straight to business, and it's just folks that are just trying to sell fantastic product. Bobo and Bobo from Toyverse. If you have not checked out our toy review show, you're missing out. Bobo made plenty of appointments. Super Seven, Mezco, NECA, Diamond Collect, and the Diamond Collectibles story is really funny. I was telling that one to Lucas. Now that the toy fair is over, I'm gonna have to share this one. All right, so Jeff, check this out. While we were at the toy fair, Bobo made an appointment with Diamond Collectibles, right?
Yeah.
In the Diamond Collectibles booth, right next door was DC Collectibles. However, in order to get in there, you have to make an appointment.
Huh.
We didn't have one, so that don't matter. We're talking about Omega and the Comic Crusaders. That means we crusade for something, right? So, as Bobo is, basically saying his goodbyes to our Diamond rep, I put myself in a position where I was right next to the door for DC Collectibles. And the moment Bobo said bye, it was his foot right into the door, and I started snapping pictures away.
Nice.
Did you gate crash?
I said, Bobo, come in, Bobo. Bobo picks up his camera and puts it down immediately. He looks at me with this worried look. Oh, man, I don't know about this. What did we get caught? I said, Bobo, man, we're good. No worries about it. We Comic Crusaders. Right?
Hang on a second, guys. Hey, Jen, you can use the headphones.
There you go. Use some headphones, Jen.
Yeah. They're try those. Hopefully those will work. I have the worst trouble with headphones on Xbox. I tried to go cheap to start with, and I had to keep buying more and more expensive doggone headphones.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because I'll get to that in a moment for you.
I should plug right into the controller.
I'm gonna hook you up.
Nice.
With a great company that has actually given us product. All right. So let's get back to the DC store. I'll tell you that in a moment. All right. So we go in. I'm snapping pictures. Bobo has this worried look. The moment I say, "Don't worry about it," the DC representative comes up to us. Hi. Do you need help? Have you spoken to a rep yet? I didn't lie. I said yes. We spoke to the Diamond rep. We're just taking pictures. She looks at us, says, "Okay, here's our card. Snap away." The moment I said that, Bobo looked like a pistolero. Pop, 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 taking pictures everywhere, all happy, like, yeah. He goes, "Bro, you got me nervous as shit when we got in there." But, yeah, we got to do what we got to do,
See, he doesn't understand the way to get away with anything is to act like it's the most natural thing in the world.
And to be honest, I'll give that credit to my wife. She's the one she's very bold when we go to cons sometimes. I mean, we've gone to many shows. If you want to get a celebrity shot, when you say, "Yeah, right," there's a line. 2 seconds later, she's in the front somehow. Yeah, huh? You know what I mean? So I give credit to her for inspiring me at that day. Another highlight of the show, as Lucas was telling me, because he said, "What did you tell me about McFarlane that you heard?"
Right. So the big story is that McFarlane is supposed to be starting to publish out the DC, because the main thing right now is they'll deal with the Image stuff and they'll do some of the Marvel stuff. Apparently,
that's not working for you.
It won't fit in there.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself.
All right.
For a sec. Sorry, guys.
No worries, brother. Go ahead, Lucas.
So the big thing is that McFarlane, they usually do Image stuff and they'll do some Marvel stuff, but apparently right now McFarlane is going to shelve some of the Marvel stuff and they're going to combine with DC, which is big because DC has a lot more characters that I would like toys of. So that could be big. And then the other thing that I was hoping for is that will come out is because Image does have a new character, which is I forget what the daughter's name is. Cyan.
Yes, Cyan, but Black Mirror is the character's name.
Right, Black Mirror. I was hoping that some news would come out, but you didn't see anything, so that's whatever.
No, I didn't see anything yet, and there's a reason for that. I mean, the big news obviously is with the DC. They're concentrating on the next line of the Harry Potter universe of toys. I mean, if you potheads out there or Harry Potter heads, whatever you call yourselves, you guys are going to be very happy with these figures. I mean, they look fantastic. You know, a crazy point of articulation. If you're a video game fan, I mean, the Fortnite collection is amazing. They're going to start getting into vehicles and with the Fortnite collection within McFarlane as well. The sport figures, again, you know, they're continuing that, which is nuts. You know, they got the Mr. Neighbor. They got the what do you call it? I mean, Hello Neighbor. What's the other joint that they got? The Freddy's, the Nightmare Freddy's joint.
Right. Okay.
I mean, they got
Yeah.
a whole bunch of fantastic stuff coming out, dude. I mean, they even got One Punch Man. We're gonna get a One Punch Man figure with 22 points of articulation coming out.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man. And with that said, you were telling, I was telling you how, you know, Bobby was telling me that, you know, the chances of my father being there was slim and none, and obviously he was there. And but before I get into how cool he was, what did you hear about him?
That sometimes he can be a bit of a dick. You know,
No.
that's how.
You know what? If that's the case, I don't know who had that experience. Maybe he had an off day. I don't know what. McFarlane was a total pleasure. My first opening line to him was, "Hey, you know, hey, Todd, you know, thank you for creating Spawn. I've been collecting the books since day one from the LCS, and you know, I'm a number one fan. Thank you know, I want to shake his hand, and instead he smacks my hand away, gives me a big hug, tells me
Nice.
thank you. You know what I mean? And from there, we chit chatted about, you know, the business, you know, the toy line, a little bit of comics, and you know, and a little bit of entrepreneurial advice. And he was awesome about it. You know, I even told him how much Capullo seems to hate us because I just told him that he's the better Spawn artist, and Capullo blocked me for that. What a cock, right? Jeez. You would think that this big diesel dude like Capullo could take that. Come on, guy. He was like, McFarlane said I was better than him. I said, all right, that's his opinion.
I mean, it happens. I met like Tony Todd, the actor, you know, for like things like Candyman, and I met Tom Savini. Like,
oh, you met
I saw
Tom?
people. Yeah, like Tom Savini. I had a good time with Tom Savini, but my buddy didn't. Like Tom, I guess he was having a weird day. And Tony Todd, I met him. He must have just got off the flight because he was in a real bad mood, and I was so eager to meet him, and he just like kind of dumped him. He's like, "Man, f you."
Oh, well, that's Tony Todd, man.
But then I see him. You know, he's like, "Oh, you know, I've been on a plane for 12 hours." Like, dude, I drove 12 hours. Like, let me tell you, who's got it worse right now.
Right.
But he didn't have any empathy for that, so I was like, all right, I ain't talking to him. I was so looking forward to talking to him.
See, my little brother met Tom Savini when Fangoria ended. That last issue, I have it autographed with the whole Fangoria staff, and Savini happened to be there. So yeah, I got that last issue until the reboot a few years ago. They did a Marvel on us, folks. Oh, we're canceling. It's over. And then 5 years later, oh, we're back, guys.
Well, yeah, it did take them a while to get it back into gear. They could only do the online stuff for a long time. Yeah. And I was worried the whole enterprise was going to go under. So I was kind of glad to see him come back.
Well, absolutely, man. I have people telling me lately how there's such a big vacancy in the horror market. You know, whether it is in comics, and I mean, even the horror films nowadays are weak. I don't know. I'm a big horror fan, and I find myself watching the old school stuff for some odd reason more so than the new stuff. But you know, let's see in the future, folks. You know, there's some stuff going on, and we might see some future horror stuff. You know,
I don't think it's
brands.
I don't think it's necessarily weak. I think that because horror is cheap and easy to film in most cases, there's a glut of stuff in each generation era of horror. You know, like every decade, there's a huge glut of stuff that just sucks. But the stuff that's good is what you remember from back then. Like, you know, I'm from the 80s, man. I remember like so many great horror movies, but then I go back and watch it like, man, there was a lot of cheese going on too. A whole lot of cheese.
But that cheese, I rather accept than the cheese from now. Because now it's just basically a lot of the repeat of our old stuff.
No, I get you.
Lucas, do you agree? I mean, are you a horror fan, brother?
Absolutely, man. And so I'm still waiting for the because I know you were trying to start out, and I know this may be exclusive, but Comic Crusaders this year, I know you were planning on doing something with horror. I'm waiting for you to do something like that. I'm going to be all over that, man. I'm just waiting on for you to get it started and pop.
Yeah, we have it's starting to actually build. It won't be Comic Crusaders, but we're gonna have exclusives to it. So news forthcoming. I'll allow the publisher to actually announce what's popping, but it's just good things. And the first family that's gonna get blessed is my Comic Crew fam.
Yes.
Okay.
All
right, hey, take hold. Hey, we have been joined by a Lord of the Realm from Comics Heating Up, Mel motherfucking Vaughn. What's up, baby?
What's going on, kid? What's going on? Glad
Love you.
Motherfucker said drunk podcast and comics. I'm here.
Man, this is great, man.
I gotta make sure we can curse. If we can't curse, it's gonna be kind of dead.
Hey, I'm not trying to make. Hey, I'm not trying to make freaking money off this. I'm just trying to make friends, man. Freaking
Cool.
trying to join up. So, man, you missed the only thing you missed was Al giving up some great stuff about the toy convention that he was at, man.
Toy fair.
Oh yeah, the toy fair, man. He was talking about some of the Mexico exclusives, the DC exclusives. Hey, so I don't think you actually talked about the one. What was the one big toy, the one big exclusive that you got?
Oh, well, it was through the Mezco. That was my shit right there. Because in the Mezco booth, we got the Bobo and I were both blessed with the Agent Orange, which is the Mezco mascot figure, and then the big one, which is the Blade exclusive, Toy Fair figure.
Right.
So, fire. Look at that.
Right. Yeah. So it's that one right there, baby.
Yeah, man.
That one is already going for $80 to $90. Some people are already charging $400 for that bad boy.
That toy fair was out here in New York, right?
Yeah, man. The toy fair. I'm based out of Rhode Island now because I had a fire in January. I was out of Massachusetts until January. God bless. 2 weeks later we rose up. We got a new place.
That's what's up.
I got to hit New York. That was my first big show of the year. And dude, man, let me tell you, we're press guys, right? Let me tell you that Toy Fair hooks up press. There is breakfast in the morning, snacks, yogurt, coffee.
Nice.
You get if you don't have a laptop, there's 4 laptops to use. You got a free place to hang up your shit and chill. You know what I mean? You got a charging center, sofas. And then obviously as press, I don't know if you guys are familiar with how ReedPop does stuff where they give out your name to the company so you can make appointments. That's how it is, man. Right before the con, you getting to make appointments with all the companies. You go there, it's to be prepped, to get content, network. It is an experience of a lifetime. So if you have not had the opportunity, at least from the press perspective, such as you guys, go for it. You have to go for it.
I had a press pass for NYCC, but we didn't get no donuts or nothing. It was just
So you were there last year?
I'm there every year for the past 3 years. Press.
Okay, I was there last year. I appreciated the press area to have a place to sit down.
The press area was popping, but in terms of getting all this other free shit, they just stood you in line with the rest of the motherfuckers and said, Go, wait for the shit to open up."
Yeah, you fend for yourself in a sense, but you also get to make. I was able to get appointments because through Comic Crusaders, I'm kind of closely associated with many publishers.
Nice.
So I have the opportunity to say, hey, can I maybe schedule exclusive time? So, I would say at least 75% of the time they say yes. Because some of the guys are just too big and they're still going to tell me no matter how good outside is. You know what I mean?
Right.
People are just too precious for us.
So what you drinking tonight, Mel?
Wine, like always. Wine.
Is it from the box?
No, what the hell is that?
He already lost it.
My wine, she called Luscious. It may sound like a bitch wine, but you see, towards the end of the night.
You're gonna be feeling Luscious by the time this shit is over.
So basically what we're saying is if any sponsors want to sponsor me, you can send that shit to Al and Jeff. But if any new wineries come up and pop up, you need to send that shit to Mel. But everything else, send that shit to me.
Yeah, now we know Mel's porno name. It's Luscious Mel. It's LM, baby.
Yo, what's crazy? When I had the my other radio show, we almost got a sponsorship with Newport. But I was like, I don't get sponsored by no fucking cigarettes. This shit.
Hey, Newport, say word. That was based on some racist shit because they only think that minorities be smoking.
Well, it was true. I was a minority. I was smoking cigarettes.
That's my first thing too to say. Menthol, man, fuck. It tastes better.
I'm gonna tell you what.
you don't hear something racist about cigarettes. There's this movie called the CSA, the Confederate States of America, and it's about what America would have been like if the South had won, and they unified the country under the Confederate ideal. And one of the cool things about it is they show all these real places and real products that existed at one time, and one of them was a cigarette brand called the N-word. It was like, can you imagine that? Somebody smoking a pack of ends, man.
Maybe that's where Newport got them from.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, like, I knew there was some racist shit going on, but like, I was like, what?
I honestly never seen a white person smoke Newport.
Yeah, right. I always seen them smoke with fucking Marlboros. Yep. I hate them shits. Cowboy killers. And old school Puerto Ricans with the fucking Winstons.
The only white people I see smoke Newport are white girls who mess with black guys.
Yeah. Swear to God. Well, I'll tell you what. Like back in the 90s,
adopt the culture.
Well, see, so like
is that cultural appropriation?
Yeah. I mean, during the 90s, when you had Wiggers was a big thing, and Wu-Tang was a big thing. Yeah, you had white dudes out there smoking Newports or Philly blunts and drinking malt liquor.
Crazy horse. St. Ides.
Yeah, like what is you doing, man? Pull your pants up.
I was like, come on, man. You can be a fan. You don't have to
put a do-rag on.
Yeah, for real. Because I said, I grew up in the '80s, and my brothers they got like really heavy into rap when was first hitting. Mm-hmm. But they didn't start dressing like the rappers. They didn't throw bandanas everywhere because that was a thing back in the '80s. Like all the rappers, I saw like a Ice Cube in a scene like Breaking 2. And he's got like bandanas everywhere. And I was like, "Are you sure you used to be a pimp, man?"
I see. Yeah, you're right. I see.
Yeah,
he used to be big on the breakdance.
Not Cuba's teeth.
He been around for a minute.
Oh definitely. Yeah, he's the dinosaur of hip hop. Let me tell you.
Made a lot of money. Remember, he had a song called "Cop Killer." Now he plays a cop on TV.
Yeah, some bullshit, right?
money make people do crazy things, man.
You guys ever watch the Boondocks?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. One of the funniest things I ever saw on that show is I forget the little brother's name.
Huey?
Not Huey. Yeah. Riley. He's always like super hardcore and gangster, right? And he's talking to his favorite rapper who got shot in the hospital again. It's like Gangsta-licious. He's like, man, back in my day, the hottest gangster out there was Ice Cube. And Riley goes, "You mean the guy who makes all the family movies?" And I fell off my damn chair.
It's true.
Because he went from NWA to making family flicks.
But that show was so ahead of its time. Remember they had Gangsta-licious wearing skirts?
Yes.
And look at some of the rappers now.
Yeah, that's Kanye's fault though. He tried to make it more cool.
It's the emasculation of the man.
All right, let me ask you, Mel. In those boxes of comics, there's skirt in there.
No, fuck you.
Well,
man's wearing a skirt. It better be a kilt, damn it.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is the difference between a kilt and a skirt? Your balls are still exposed.
Well, with a kilt, you don't wear panties, man.
A man who wears a kilt has probably got a sword somewhere.
He does, hopefully, between his legs.
Or loves freedom.
Roddy Piper.
Piper.
Hey, Jeff, your wife sounds hilarious. I'm serious about we gotta get her on Twitch or something like that, man. Freaking Comic Crusader.
Here's the funny thing: like she used to be like quiet as a church mouse, man. But like, you spend 25 years with me, you can't help but like lighten up. My family loves her because she's like the only person that like put me in my place, and like they just eat that. I was like, "Oh, she got you." I was like, "What happened to the woman I married?" She's like, "You just answered your own question."
That's what 20 plus years will do to you, brother.
Yeah. All right. So the big news for today or for the past week has been that DC is going to cut the comics by 10 to 15%. That means that they're going to try and cut down to at least 22 to 25 comics a week. Per month.
Stop
per
it.
month.
I thought they were only going down to 30.
Well, it could be down to 30, but they haven't put out the natural number yet. So that's supposed to be in comparison to Marvel.
Because they were what, 50?
No, Marvel, they put out 102 a month.
No, not Marvel. DC. DC was at 50
52,
though, right?
52.
Okay. Oh,
52.
of course.
Yeah. So the rumor was supposed to be they're going to get it down to 22. Everybody was saying, yeah, that's bullshit. But then the co-publisher Dan DiDio, down in Charlottesville at some Comics Pro convention, said, yeah, we're going down to about 20 to 25, and they're blaming it on Marvel because of the whole 102 and everything. So what do you guys think about that? Because for me, it's going to be a lot more cheaper and a lot more sensible that I can go ahead and buy one of every freaking comic that DC's putting on the shelf right now as of before. What do you guys think?
I mean, it depends on what titles they are. I mean, I could do without Hawkman. What else? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna cancel Wonder Twins, but I enjoyed issue 1. But that should probably get cut. I mean, what?
I don't think so. I think DC is gonna try to hold an initiative where they're gonna try to bring some new titles to the forefront, some new characters, and obviously utilize their legacy. It's a smart move because look, for example, the reason I buy Valiant titles is because it's affordable. You could buy that whole universe in a month and not break the bank. You know what I mean? You're spending under 30 beans in a month and you collect the whole universe of titles. How awesome is that?
It's one of the reasons I started hopping on Alternate. Is like I can get the books even if I get them mailed to me and have to pay shipping. It's crazy affordable. I can take a chance on something I'm not familiar with at all. Now DC, I heard that they are all the heroes, the new heroes books that came out are getting cut, which is too bad because a lot of those are good.
Silencer and
Silencer,
Damage.
Sideways, Damage. Those were all great.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I see stuff like Granny Goodness getting me fucking too, and I'm like, no, man, that's the stuff you need to cut out. Don't follow Marvel's train of thought.
Yeah.
You guys had a real chance to get that market share, and I hope they can do something because like Marvel, I'm like a big time super Marvel fan, and I was talking to Peter Smetti on a live stream the other day, and I was like, dude, I'm just ready for Marvel to go away.
Damn.
Like, can you imagine that? Like, I never thought in 48 years of reading comics, 42 years of reading comics, I would get to the point where like I just don't even care what Marvel's doing anymore. Spider-Man is my all-time favorite hero, and like I don't care.
You're not fucking with like the Immortal Hulk and the Winter Soldier's really good if you haven't checked that out yet.
Yeah, but it's like it's the overall brand. Like the only thing I'm still putting in my pull list right now from Marvel is Venom.
Yeah,
and whenever they recycle the next 25 issues of Darth Vader, because for some reason they're doing 25 issues and quit, 25 issues and quit, and that's still been good. But the price of comics, especially for Marvel, is so high that I have to be so selective. So I've gone more towards if I'm putting out a premium price on something, I'm buying from guys who are independents, who are like Indiegogo, who are Kickstarter, guys who I know on DeviantArt, who have comic books out on Comixology or Indie Planet. I buy from those guys first.
I get you. I just backed the Kickstarter, Montenero's Kickstarter for Death Sentence. You know, I love the series when it was out on Titan. It's a 6 fucking series, and now he went indie totally on Kickstarter. You know what? I backed it the other day. Why not? It merits it. It's an awesome fucking book. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, Mel, that place mark that you got up there, that was a Kickstarter for Niobe, wasn't it? He went away, so forget it. Hey, but yeah, you guys are making some good points, man. Freaking, I don't know what to do, especially when some of these books are $3.99, $4.99 every single week, man. They're freaking it's starting to break the bank sometimes.
Does that affect their DC Walmart line? Because I just finally recently found them at my local Walmart because the comic shops out here buy them out. So I finally found 4 different ones for the first time.
Oh, the Walmart joints?
Yeah, the Walmart ones.
That's a good question.
See, DC's smart to do that.
That's a good question, man.
They're smart to do that because they're doing what Peter Smetti has been suggesting for a while. We need like the direct market had its place when comics were failing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we put them in specialty stores because that was like the only place to get them at the time. But what got us all into comics? Being able to roll up into a drugstore or like a convenience store and pick those comics off that rack and just take a chance on something that was affordable, even when you were a kid. I would raid like the penny jar I had, and I would buy me a couple of comics.
My dude,
You know,
my experience is out of my first experience is obviously the airport newsstand, but then newsstands was the stickler for me. So in Brooklyn, Graham Avenue, Moore Street, I was hitting the newsstands, and here I am, an 8-9-year-old kid, and my mom is buying me Savage Sword of Conan. Oh, you know what I mean? So obviously that's I haven't bought Marvel in years, but because Dark Horse has lost the license to Conan, I am now forced to once again buy some Marvel titles.
The Marvel Conan has been good so far.
Oh, it has. It
Thank
has.
God.
I'm a Conan fan. I love it. I can't wait to see what happens in a couple of weeks when they do the Bellet comic book, the Queen of the Black Coast. You know, and kind of tell her story because initially in comics she came first.
The only thing,
you know.
It's great to see somebody doing that because she never really got her due in the comics. You know,
no, she didn't. I mean, she came out in Mexican language comics. She got her due, but it was never translated where we got to know her on the scale we got to know Conan, other than the love story.
With her,
they had Red Sonja, right?
Yeah, they really followed as far as Bellet in the comics with Marvel. They followed the path of the books, which is like, you know, Conan was with her for a short while, and then she got killed, and he moved on. But you know, there's a lot of great stuff to mine there. Like
prior to Conan.
All that time before she ever hooked up with Conan could be amazing.
Yes. Not could be, like I tell you, and if you see there's Mexican comics that tell you those tales. And at the time of those tales, Conan was just a slave on a boat, you know, and it was all about her. You know, so obviously we cannot afford those comic books unless you got some paper. I don't know. Mel looks like he got some good comic back there. I got
a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of shit.
That's backup toilet paper.
I got a couple of gems. Matter of fact, speaking of Conan, love this cover. This is probably one of the best Conan covers that come out of this new series. And it's an X-Force comic.
Right. What? See, right. So
is that leading up to Savage Avengers?
No, this is a Conan month. They get a special variant.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Okay, I thought like with Apocalypse being so old, like Conan might have ran into him.
Well, it could be, but it's the Avengers No Road Home is what's going to lead into Savage Avengers because it's through issue 6 or 7 that Scarlet Witch somehow gets into the Hyperborean age, and that's how they're going to Avengers cross paths with Conan.
Is anybody else tired of Scarlet Witch being like the MacGuffin? I love John Byrne, man, but as soon as he started to make her powers like reality altering, I was like, I could see it way back in West Coast Avengers, like, this ain't a good idea. And it has been. People like run crazy with it.
Like, no more mutants.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my boy Mel, he hates magic, so
I hate magic. Ever come out. You know why I hate magic? Because I was lied to as a kid.
One more day.
I thought magic was real. Magic ain't real.
But at least Wanda said no more mutants. The man just said no more hard-ons. Shit, you man. Oh my god. The rat.
That would have sucked if she had been like a ruthless bitch.
No more werewolves hard.
They got magic pills for that.
No, that's the whole thing. No matter what pills you use, they ain't gonna work. You gotta go through her.
Well,
please, one thing Wanda, please. You know I love you, baby.
One thing that Mel might like is in Doctor Strange, they're trying to calm that shit down, right? So there's the whole thing that in the Marvel universe, magic has a price, right?
Yeah.
So Doctor Strange has been running around using all this magic, no cost, but then all of a sudden the accountant pops up. I think his first appearance was like 2 or 3 issues ago, right? And he's been the one that's been cutting Doctor Strange off. Doctor Strange somehow got his powers back, but now the accountant's cutting them off. So now it's kind of like, hey, for everything you use, every little magic trick you do, you got to pay for it. And I'm loving the direction going off.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love when they introduce that idea. You know, you shouldn't just have like, especially if you're a human, no matter like how much power you're wielding, you know, he's not bound to the Phoenix Force or anything like this. This is a guy who calls on favors basically from the universe. There should be a price to pay.
Absolutely. Right. They even bring that up in I know Sabrina the Witch is not a Marvel joint, but what is she? DC Vertigo, or is he something else?
She's Archie.
Archie.
Well,
which
it
is
all
the
depends. What Sabrina are we talking about? Are we talking dark Sabrina? Because that's Archie horror. We're talking light Sabrina. That's regular Archie.
right. Well, which one is the one that Adam Hughes did that joint that's already like $250 already?
That
Is that
gotta
Archie
be Archie
Comics?
horror.
Archie
yeah,
Horror? Yeah, man.
yeah,
Man, that was fast.
that's a hot
Yeah.
book. The whole Archie horror line. Archie got that money right there. It's pretty sick shit that's
And who,
going on there.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah.
werewolf.
and
I mean-
who fucking knew that Archie could be the greatest horror universe? Of all?
You know, right? You
Well,
know,
well, I mean, that proves that when you do it right, just the way that Netflix done it, that
Yeah.
there's still, even if it's just a TV show, that there's still a. I mean, now I don't know. I haven't even checked the prices for the first appearances of freaking Sabrina, but if you do it right, and then you have a great artist like the master Adam Hughes coming out with that comic book,
Mhm.
there's still going to be a market for that stuff. So other masters, watch out. Watch for the TV series, and then bring me an actual good product, just like Adam Hughes do it, and then I'm gonna buy that shit.
Did you guys read Blossom 666?
No,
I
Blossom?
haven't. Yeah.
Son, the Blossom
Yeah,
666.
666.
That shit was a hype.
They did a horror Blossom.
Yeah.
They're
Blossom, Jughead, Archie,
the Antichrist.
Veronica.
What the hell?
Issue 1 was pretty fucking good.
Is it by Xenoscope by any chance?
No,
Archie-
it's Archie
Archie
horror,
horror.
man.
Because Xenoscope is like cranking out all that kind of stuff lately.
No, Xenoscope is all about like Johnny Cole's cheesecake.
Well, there's that too, but they also, they knock out a lot of horror.
They
It's not the
they got
best
the-
horror. They're still trying to basically copy McFarlane from way back in the 90s. is
Yeah,
their
they
thing.
do the Grim Fairy Tales universe and
Right.
whatnot, and they use a lot of the fairy tale stuff in a very fucked up way, which is really cool.
Right, which is kind of crazy because Xenoscope has been doing that for like the last couple years, right? And now I see DC and Marvel trying to copy that shit with the stories and how they put out the stories, but they still can't get those nice covers down like the way Xenoscope is doing. So I like DC and Marvel trying to do the horror stuff, but come on, you got to get the covers correct, man, because I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
like
read
the
it.
cover is the first thing you see.
Yep.
Exactly.
The cover's got to kill. Even if like the interior art is shit, which is unfortunate because Marvel has like way too much of that going on. I remember like like last year, people are asking me like, "Man, why aren't you working for Marvel?" They're seeing my comic book in progress, and I'm thinking back in '80s and '90s, like, "Oh, I'm not good enough to be Marvel. Even now, I'm not good enough." And then I started getting back into comics, started checking out some current Marvels. Like, oh man, I stomped the crap out of like 80% of these guys.
Nice.
What is up? I mean, you still got your really good guys like God, why am I flaking on names? But like the guy who's working on Venom right now, the guy who was helming up Thanos for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Gates.
Not an
Yeah,
artist.
like there's still some really good guys, but I think the problem with them is the main industry, at least as far as Marvel. I don't know how this is DC. Like Marvel pays so little now that they can't hang on to the top talent, and they get all these like jobbers from just wherever.
So they're assholes, and they want to allow Hollywood to dictate what the books do instead of it being the other way around.
But
Yeah.
that's
They
fine.
don't use the talent.
The art in those books it's so terrible. I cannot enjoy the book. Like I wanted to enjoy Shuri so bad. I looked at the first 2 pages. I was like, dude, I can't read this shit.
I mean, like, a good story will take me a long way, but I need that art. Now, there's been stories where I've hung in because I was like really invested in the story, but it usually started off with good art before they switched to like some second-rate dude.
Yeah.
And I tried to hang on for like the top tier to come back in. But no matter how much you like a story, it's hard to hang on if that art isn't there with it.
True.
Absolutely.
Because it's hard. It's fucking terrible. I'm trying to enjoy this. It's like having a broad, a good-looking broad with nothing to work with. It's like, what the fuck? I want to love you.
A butterface?
I want to love you, but I can't.
All right.
I love you maybe an issue or 2, but after
That
that,
deserves a drink right there.
All right. Hey, so the other news from DC was that DC Comics is going to liquidate Action Comics number 1000.
no fucking kidding.
Right. So what
Wow.
that means is that if you weren't paying attention when Action Comics number 1000 came out, it was like $9.99, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to release to all the retailers less than what it costs for them to buy a regular comic. So that means that where it normally would cost them maybe like $1 or $1.50, depending on how much they buy, it could probably cost them like 85 cents to 65 cents. So
Oh,
if you were
Jesus.
right, so if you were holding on to all that stuff, like because there was like what 20, I'm looking at the list now, I can't even count it. It looks like there's 40 different
There was
freaking
1,000.
copies. Right. Yeah, there's like 40 different copies. Hoping that you're gonna make your money back. It ain't gonna happen, right? So the thing that you gotta pay attention to and is because there's that Jim Lee, right? The Jim Lee, I forget what the yeah, it was like the Jim Lee variant. That was the one with Ragazar on the cover. Right? Right.
Oh yeah.
If that one comes and that's part of one of the Jim Lees that's going to be cheap, grab that motherfucker. But also, if you're already holding it, the prices that you're charging is going to have to drop, man. I don't know how many they got in their warehouse or whatever, but it's going to affect everybody on the buyer and the seller side.
Are these all first prints?
Yes.
All first prints, you know,
Right.
and if nobody buys them, they're gonna recycle them and make tampons out of them.
Yeah. I mean,
Action ponds.
I mean, like, here's the crazy thing as far as collecting. I only recently, I mean, like, really recently, I was still buying comics for the past couple of years, but like when I got through with them, I would just turn around and like sell them to some store because they didn't have any value for me beyond reading the initial story, because I wasn't looking at any sort of collector market anymore. So with the way things have been going with comics lately, I'm digging into back issues, like collecting stuff that I used to have that I missed. And that's the stuff that I'm hanging on to now, because I've only got like one long box and it's not even full.
Damn.
Yeah, because man, back in the day, I used to have thousands of comics, man. Thousands.
Welcome to your back in the day, right behind me.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of shit
I
there.
just got like the 20 issues of the official handbook of the Marvel Universe Deluxe Edition.
That's awesome to have, though.
Oh, man, I love that stuff. Like, if you go on my DeviantArt, I do those kind of profile write-ups for my characters, and I just love that. I love having that story and that technical information.
The DC Who's Who back in the day that did that shit.
Yep.
My favorite Marvel handbook though was Dead of the Dead though. The Book of the Dead under Marvel U was my favorite. All the Dead Heroes.
Those came with like the deluxe edition. There's like 15 or 16 of those are all the live guys, and then the last 4 to 5 issues are all the dead folks.
Do you not remember that when that particular series came out, they also came out with a series that was in a binder, and the sheets and the character bios were on loose leaf papers?
Yep.
You don't see shit like that. Those are fun collectibles. Yeah, man. I have a set here somewhere.
I didn't like those, and I didn't like the Who's Who for the reason that like the thing that appealed to me most about the original handbook and the deluxe edition that followed
the cover
was not the cover. I love the big string out cover, man. That was awesome. I'd love to get like if I had like a 20-foot wall for poster space. But I love the fact that they tried to explain the powers as realistically and scientifically as they could. I got into that because I'm into like the science and philosophy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I try and do that when I'm doing my own profiles. And I always feel like whenever I read somebody's profile, I'm like, powers like, oh, he can fly. He's got, he can do this. And I'm like, come on, man, try and get into it a little bit. Get into the new shit.
To you, my character could fly because he has so much gas in him that when it comes out of his ass, it creates this pressure against the ground that boosts him up. There you go, science.
Howard Stern, Fart Man?
Yeah, Fart Man, bro.
I remember Fart Man.
But Jeff, going back to what you said, I used to read the strengths. Like, oh, he has the average strength of a human, his age and weight. I was like, okay, this is cool. And I would look for the motherfuckers who could lift over 100 tons. I'm like, that's what
because like they would get that into guys who are exceptional. Like they would go like, if you got past a certain thing, like, oh, this guy, he's buff enough, he can lift 500 pounds. Captain America can press 800 pounds.
Yep.
They would even do that with guys who like exceeded like the athletic norms of like an Olympic level athlete. The other guys, they're like, in the regular strength for somebody who engages in intensive regular exercise. But I love shit like that.
And
I love that. Like
the beyond it, they said strength. Nobody fucking knows. You just that dude.
Whatever he needs. Whatever he needs.
All right, so there it goes, guys. Let me ask you, because you said it. Beyonder versus Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. Who wins?
Yeah. Beyonder.
Done?
That's
so what the fuck happened to Beyonder? Where the fuck he been?
He chilling.
I think we have a precedent for this because now, mind you, this is Doom absorbing the power of all the Beyonders. But Doom, with the power of the Beyonders, ended up winning against T'Challa eventually with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't an easy fight, but he did it. So I'm going to have to go with Beyonder.
There we are. Okay.
Isn't Beyonder like the God? Like he's God. Without saying God.
He was just it.
That's what I'm saying, though. When Thanos snapped his fingers, but even back then, what was Beyonder on all that bullshit? You know, he's chilling. He was like, "I say, hold on, right?"
Like, you ever see like insects fight? Like you're their god. And you look at the insects fight. They can destroy each other. You don't care about them. You just flick them away. That's what Beyonder's chilling.
Well, here's a question, right?
That's the best explanation ever. He's
because the Beyonders went out and killed everything, including the Living Tribunal, which is the step down from the one above all. So, Beyonder.
So I got that's two questions I got for you guys. So, you guys remember in the last Guardians of the Galaxy #2, right?
Mm-hmm.
The very last section was they showed him, right? The casket for him. Right, Adam Warlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck is he at, right? Because in the Infinity Gauntlet, he's supposed to show up and kind of be a quarterback for this shit, right?
He'll be in the Eternals,
right? So is he going to show up in? Is he going to show up or what?
No, he's going to be in the Eternals.
Well, he's going to start like he does in the comics. He's going to start low grade before he builds up to like cosmic, super cosmic. Because Adam Warlock, he was pretty tough, but he wasn't all that initially.
Yeah.
But he's a big part of the story for Infinity Gauntlet.
Right? But then again, so was Hank Pym with Ultron, and they kind of played that the way they wanted to play
it. And Silver was important in the Gauntlet 2 series, in a sense. So
Warlock isn't going to have anything to do with Gauntlet.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
This is Hollywood. So they ain't going to give a fuck about our history.
So you think they introduced him to not put him in Endgame?
No, I mean the Warlock.
He's not going to be an Endgame.
The Warlock part's going to get taken place by Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. She's going to take place on the Warlock parts. Warlock's probably going to come in what's that? What I have to say? Damn, I'm drunk already. The Eternity movie, and Warlock's going to probably play a big part in that, and that's it.
I think what's going to be fun with Warlock is I think he's really going to get into that deep cosmic stuff with Guardians. I think they're going to expand on that. Like we've had little teasers of things like Celestials, and I think like Warlock is going to be a big part of that mythos.
I have a question here then. With the Captain Marvel, and we all know that Captain Marvel comes out of Marvel. Are we going to get our proper Marvel before we get Marvel in the movie?
Isn't that who? God, why?
I mean, in the comic origins, we see one thing happen.
Isn't that who Jude Law is?
That's who they said. That's who he was, but we don't know yet.
See, we don't know exactly, and if I don't know, then I'm gonna talk shit until I know.
Go ahead, no doubt.
Pardon me a sec, guys.
Go ahead. Pásale.
Coño.
Adelante. Okay, so the second question was, seeing as how the last movie was called Infinity, are we going to see Infinity at all? Because there's a big cosmic character, Infinity.
No.
Nah.
They're going to say all that space shit for the Eternals. They're going to be done with space. After this shit.
Who's directing that again? Like Avu Duvernay, is that her name? Or something
I don't know, but we're gonna get all that space shit. All the space shit you talk about right now, we're gonna get that for Eternals.
We're gonna get a Beta Ray proper, Eternals. We're gonna get to see a lot of cool shit. But I enjoy Marvel Cosmic, but real talk, I'm a bigger fan of DC Cosmic. I think the DC Cosmic universe is even much more expansive.
Right, and that's one that's supposed to be by Duvernay. Yeah,
because we're talking about, for example, just during the New 52 when they had Mystery in Space, Captain Comet, Starfire, Animal Man, the Weird, all chilling in space on some crazy ass adventures, and you got to see the expansion of that whole universe. The War World and a whole bunch of other shit they got into. I mean, like, wow, it's so much fun. I don't know. Marvel is fun, but I think DC's Cosmic is much more fun.
Okay, well, down to the street level, what do you guys think of Titans and Doom Patrol so far? If you guys have seen it,
Nope, haven't seen it.
Titans
Yeah,
is
we did that.
fuego. Titans is fuego. I enjoyed it. It's something, again, that TV can't do, with the extremes of the violence and the language, but it's something that's realistic. So it feels it. Doom Patrol is trippy thus far. The characters are nuts. I'm loving the special effects. I mean, for a DC stream show, it's fun. I mean, everybody's doing a great part in the show. I don't know, man. I'm digging it. And the fact that they kind of taken a little bit out of the Grant Morrison kind of story of that team in particular.
I haven't seen
great.
Titans yet, but I can't help but like notice in the trailer, like, why you got a character like Dove, who's supposed to be a pacifist, with like a friggin' bladed feather cape, like slicing up people, man. That's like way out of character.
Man, they'll explain to you the whole Hawk and Dove situation.
I mean, I could have understood that out of Hawk, but not Dove.
Well, definitely, but you'll get it why, and whatever. But they definitely look cool as fuck, and I would like to see a show with just on them.
Right.
All right, guys, I got to nope out for a minute. Looks like I'm getting called back into work, and I'll kick the live stream on again once I get back over there.
Jeff, you said you mentioned quickly that you were an artist. Let me check out your DVR page. Check us out on President Defects on Wednesday because we're gonna have the president of Scout Comics on, and it's a good friend of mine. So maybe I can help you.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Well, like I said, I'm gonna try and reconnect with the stream after I get on work because I run an escape game, so I will actually have some play to where I can that's one of the reasons I can draw at work.
Okay, go ahead.
I watch the people Jeff, they get in trouble. I can call them. Yeah.
Hey Jeff, go ahead and plug that.
All right. Yeah. If you happen to live or come visit like Myrtle Beach area, when you come down on vacation and whatnot, we're down in Garden City, and it's called the Carolina Escape Games, and we also have an affiliate site. Which I don't know if it's called Escape Games or not, sadly, but it's right around the corner from the Ripley's Museum. And like the one that I work at, you have the choice of right now playing the Pirate Escape, or unusual for an escape game, you can help rescue an alien and send it back home, kind of like E.T.
What in the hell?
That's nice. There you go.
All right, I'll log back on in a few, guys.
All right.
Okay, man. Go ahead, man.
Bye.
So that escape game you're talking about, that's where you got to solve puzzles and shit?
Yeah.
And if you don't, they finger you in your sphincter.
Okay. I did one of them shits one time. Like this shit I went around Walking the Dead shit.
Talking about fingering in the sphincter. So let me tell you guys a story. So
you got fingered in the cooch?
No. That was my honeymoon. So anyway, so last Baltimore, right? My wife saw this Deadpool doll, right? And she thought it was like a Deadpool plush doll, right? And it was about $80. And I was like, for $80, I was like, that's my drinking money right there. I say, hold up. How about we do a circle?
You better give me half $80.
Yeah, I was like, hey, we better let's do a circle, see if there's any other shit that we might want, and then if there's nothing, then we'll come back. There was nothing really that great, so we came back. The motherfucker was gone, right?
Damn.
So last week, right, we were at a bookstore called Books A Million, right, and she saw this motherfucker. This is almost exactly like that same doll. The only thing is that there's the addition of this little freaking unicorn, man. She loved it, and it was only $30 freaking dollars, man. This shit was fucking awesome, right? So she got it home, right, and there was a little tag on this thing that said, "Hey, for Deadpool action, you gotta put your little finger in this little hole." I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a hole that you got to put your finger in, and then you got to finger around in there, and then there's like a little switch. And I was like, what the hell? And then after you finger the switch, you got to shake it, and then it vibrates. So basically, this is a vibrator Deadpool doll.
Yeah, then you got a finger in the asshole.
Yeah.
For $80 fucking.
No, well, this one we got for $30, but at Baltimore, that motherfucker was.
He got a $30 Deadpool he could finger. He got a cheaper hole.
And she probably got all kind of cum and shit on it.
Yeah, that's why he couldn't find this on switch. So it was under the cover.
Yeah. And I just want to know why the unicorn is all up in his crotch and shit, man.
But still, man,
you know,
who the fuck?
yeah.
You said you got to give that shit a prostate exam before it starts vibrating.
Yo. Like, yo.
Hopefully you wore a glove.
So I'm looking at Jeff's art. It's pretty damn good.
That's Jeff, man. That's Mr. Bracy, kid.
Pretty damn good. I see what he's talking about. His atomic and his yeah. I'm definitely gonna send this over to Scout. See what they think about it. With his permission, of course.
Who you know from Scout?
The president, James Hyatt.
Oh, James is awesome. Yeah, bro.
That's
great
my
people.
Dude. That's my guy.
Yeah, they're great people, man.
That's my dude.
Yeah.
There you go, for him.
You know Sebastian from Stranger?
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Oh, nice.
That's my dude.
Check you out, bro.
I wanted to talk to Mel.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely hoping that Mel was going to be on this week because last week when we talked on your podcast, which was the Unprecedented Defects, right? You brought up the last time I was on with you guys, you brought up the Guardians of the Galaxy number 3 and number 2, right? And you brought up the Scalera, which was probably the hottest one this week, right? For the ones that came out this week. And you brought up that you thought that the new Thanos was going to be in there. We don't know if that new Thanos was going to be in there. However, there is a new character in that motherfucker.
Really?
There's a new character. People aren't tracking this. It's pretty incredible.
That's
why for you listeners, you need to fucking read your damn comics. Don't just click shit.
I read the motherfucker. I actually saw the new motherfucker in there.
So what happened was Groot, right? He's in this teenage. Yeah, he's in this teenage. He's in this teenage rebellion thing, and he's just cutting himself up, and he's like going for the '80s punk joint, right? Cosmic Ghost Rider touches one of the little pieces, and those little pieces become other little joints, and they're called stab.
Stab.
Right.
Good find.
So I hate when there's a whole bunch of 25 to 50 variants, and there's like nothing new or nothing recognizable. Now this is something recognizable and something that's new. So if you are looking for a reason to pick this up and you have it, don't just give it away.
You break it up, brother. You break it up.
Oh my goodness! I think we have lost our friend. Good friend. We need tech support.
Oh, you break it up. Luke.
Okay. Good.
You good now? We missed everything you said.
Yeah, basically, I was just saying, hey, freaking, with this new stab character, that is a reason that you might want to go for that 125. Some of these LCSs, they don't even know that it's 125. I got mine for pretty cheap. Thank you to 4 Color Fantasies out of Winchester, which is about an hour out of DC, for hooking me up.
Can I tell them that it was 1 out of 125?
You can call them, tell them they ain't got no more. I got the last one. So
I was gonna say, hey, I think you undercharged this guy.
Yeah. They've done right by me, man. Freaking a lot of times, they've helped me out.
Post that on CBS side, bro.
Okay. Well, post what? Post what? The link to the store or the link to
your spec, the stab spec.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be 25 years down the line. I'm not saying this is going to be a
definitely
100, 500. But I do happen to love when somebody, hey, this is a first appearance.
Because everybody's looking at, well, especially me, looking for a reason why that book was going to be high. I was like, okay, so first appearance of the Dark Guardians, nobody seems to care. I mean, it's still a $40 book, but it was hitting prices to $85 to $90.
You know why they didn't care? Because it started with Dark.
What?
What?
People are racist. It said Dark Guardians, and people just didn't give a fuck.
Is that why Thor Dark World didn't do good?
Huh?
Is that why Thor Dark World didn't do good?
Exactly. They're gonna blame us.
So the other book that did well this week, and we're not talking about anything that was actually so here's the deal, right? There's a bunch of books that did really well this week that weren't published this week. I'm talking about like back issues, right? The number one that I saw that was really doing well was that Umbrella Academy book, right? That's because the Netflix series just came out.
All right, how much would you give up for issues 1 through 6?
I wouldn't give shit, man. As much as I love the series right now,
Series already started. Nobody's gonna want to pay.
Really?
hey,
Really?
but people,
Check it out.
yeah,
eBay right now, you can get series 1 through 6 has gone up to 85. However, my brother actually sold his set for 150.
really, huh?
Yeah.
He got it in that. Oh, my homie Jimmy Linguini in the building.
Jimmy,
good.
hey Jimmy, what you holding, baby?
Not a lot.
That sounded like a fucking mobster. You scared me. You said Jimmy Linguini. I said, oh shit, somebody's gonna get shot.
Could be.
Thank you very much for Jimmy Linguini and Knights of the Realm. Hey, what's the name of the website that you write for, Jimmy?
I'm on comicbookspeculation.com, so if you have any apps and you're writing emails to me not knowing who I am, just figure that out.
Jimmy.
Hey.
Have you guys ever experienced that? I know you guys have a website. Have you ever had like guys trying to steal your writers off your website, but writing the email to you instead of to the writer?
Whoa. Hey, we just had our first appearance of Jimmy Linguini's hairline.
It's fucked, right?
In my experience, no, I haven't had that. I had someone that started something with us, right? Got angry. He tried to poach, but there's something he didn't realize is that I have very loyal people to me because, I'm good to them. I'm good to everybody. When you're good to people, loyalty is built. So the first thing they told me is, yo, check this motherfucker out. So then I called him out on his shit, and that's that. I'm one of those. I'm a 90s person. I'm not a millennial. I'm a 90s guy. I'm going to be in your face first. I don't do shit on fucking social.
Thank you.
And if you want, I don't want you to get tough on social. If you want to say something, please do it in my face.
Thank you.
That's when you prove to me who you are. I'm not going to reply to you on social because if you do it, that means you're a toto.
Thank you. I see me and you from the same.
No, why are you saying thank you? I see you responding to people all the time for nonsense.
I don't respond. I don't to the bullshit. I don't respond.
Oh my goodness.
I respond to the bullshit.
Oh my Mel.
Yeah, don't do that.
I see you responding to stuff all the time.
Yeah, you really
got in trouble already.
Yeah, I saw you like last week talking about something. I'm not gonna get into it, but I definitely saw you doing something that I was like, what is going on?
If I have anything to say to anybody, I always tell. I'll make sure to hear from my mouth first.
Yeah.
And if they don't, it's a fucking lie. So me and my man Common Crusader, we from the same. You see from Brooklyn?
Yeah, old school Brooklyn, man. Greenpoint, right there, right with Bushwick and Williamsburg back in the day. That's, North side, South side was all fucked up shit. Time with the bees and the Nietas and the Latin Kings back in the train,
Good shit. I actually live in Bushwick.
Yeah, man.
Bushwick and Flushing Avenue.
Oh, we're Bushwick, Flushing. When I lived in Bushwick, I was all the way up. I was around Ridgewood and on the Donkin DeKalb for a minute. I was on Jefferson. I was all over the place, bro.
All the good weed spots.
Oh, read that there, bro. Hell yeah, man. Let me tell you, one time I was this dude, right? You had to knock on his door twice. Put in the $20, you get a dub, right? So one day I do that, and as soon as the dub drops, this man taps on my shoulder. I look back and I see a white boy. You know what I mean? You're in a black neighborhood. I'm a Puerto Rock. Why is a white boy here? So obviously, I turn paler than him. Thinking, oh my God, I got fucking bagged. Then he goes, yo, is this where you could pick up trees? I'm like, motherfucker, what do you think I'm doing? Don't you ever do that to me again.
That is right. We're back when they used to call weed trees.
Yeah, man.
You got the trees.
Yeah,
speaking of, hey Jimmy, what you holding, man? What you drinking or what you smoking?
No, right now I'm not doing anything for some reason.
But he's straight edge.
I don't know.
How dare he?
Jimmy's a purebred junkie. I do the podcast.
No, I was
that purebred junkie.
I was at a wedding and I had to leave. I don't know if I got too high or what it was, but I had to leave. and I came home and lied down.
You know why you
Now
laugh?
I'm
You
here.
got depressed seeing all those people being too happy because you don't look too happy
Oh,
yourself
he's not a happy
right now.
person at all.
No. No, my
He
mother.
looks so sad. He's like, "Oh, bendito, these motherfuckers are in love. They're gonna fuck tonight, and I'm here fucking with my hand and Maria and her 5 fucking sisters. What's going on?"
First of all,
That's why you gotta go find those bridesmaids, man. Freaking.
he had to get dressed. Listen, I never seen Jimmy with a collar on in my life. I know the motherfucker about 3 years. First time I ever seen him wear a collar.
Oh,
Anything.
shit.
That's wasn't what I was wearing. I was wearing like a suit or something.
Oh my god, this is twice he wears a collar for you, bro.
And then I never seen his kitchen before, which I'm assuming this is his kitchen because he lives in like a mansion. This motherfucker has
I had to eat food. I had to eat food.
Oh, that is Mr.
They were serving
Linguini.
dinner and I left. So.
He's rich.
Mr. Linguini, I gotta ask you, is that the west wing of your home?
It's a wing, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Mel, the reason why you never seen him before is because he's never allowed in there when the help is there at the same time.
Could
He
be.
has a brother. His brother's name is Jeeves. He has a zoo in his backyard. What do you got? You said you got coyotes, possums. What you got? You ram?
No,
What
I was
about
doing,
Sonic.
doing
You
a
holding Sonic
podcast.
hostage, you bastard.
I did a podcast on Thursday, and then I heard all this like yelling. At least it sounded like yelling, and I came up here, and like my cat had found a mouse or something. So now I'm dealing with that. So it's like every day, it's like a new thing.
Wait. The cat found a mouse, but you heard yelling. Was the cat
It sounded like it was
fucking the
yelling.
mouse?
It was the cat like doing something to the mouse. I don't know.
It was probably trying to rape it. It was too big, you know. Bendito.
Could have been, man.
Poor thing.
But that was the worst. Like then, it's just the worst.
You have
then he
rapey
caught
animals in your house. That's horrible.
He caught the mouse, right? And I was like, "Oh, this is great. We're gonna get this out of here." But then, like, I went to get it out of his mouth, and he dropped it, and then it got away. And
It was still alive.
yeah,
Yeah, the weak jaw. That dumb bastard. You got to put him on exercise his jaw.
it's just not good, man.
You got to see him how to give head. Maybe it'll do better.
All right, so hey, we got Jeff back.
4 bits till my customers get here. Then I'll have to pause for a minute.
Your customer, it's not like a whorehouse. Wait till my customers get here, guys.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
All right, hey,
I'll be giving and not getting.
Right, hey. So for Jimmy, so to recap, we had 2 or 3 big news that we were talking about. Al was talking about his big thing at the toy fair, where the biggest toy was the Mesco exclusive, which was a Blade toy, which is
it wasn't that too, guys. Cause did I tell you again? It was the Harry Potter announcement. McFarlane's gonna do the Harry Potter toy line, and obviously the Fortnite toys that are gonna get nuts because they're getting into the vehicles, And McFarlane himself was there again. So
yeah.
What vehicles for Fortnite would they be making that you think people would be interested in?
Well, there's some Jeep that's going on. There's somebody who could drive it, and you could put a figure behind it. I mean, he gave me one.
Well, it's like they have like a golf cart, right?
Yeah,
there's
the
golf
cart.
Airplane.
Yeah, they gave me a figure over there.
And then I guess they have like that jet thing. Why would they make figures of those? Like, who would want those?
Fortnite fans, bro. This is the figure they gave me.
Which one's that?
The trooper.
Oh, the skull trooper. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Your setup's so dark, man.
22 points of articulation, bro. Not bad. Hold on. Let me
That's not bad.
There you go. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You see? Look at that. And I'm telling you that you can move the wrist, hands, everything. I mean, I wish I had toys like this when I was younger. Shit, I have a good time.
Well, they got to compete with PlayStation and Xbox and all that other shit. So
yeah, that's why I collect Japanese imports. I pay a pretty penny, but I love the sculpt and the articulation.
The problem I have with Japanese imports is like the green cards.
This is my dude right here.
Topical. Nice.
Is that Gundam?
Mazinger Z, bro. How dare you?
Man. Is that a Gashapon or a Super Robot Shigoken?
Super Robot Shigoken.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about none of this. So I know it's Lionbot. Bootleg Voltron.
Oh shit. Give me Voltron, please.
Dude, they've got this kick-ass Super Mini Plow model kit of Voltron right now. It'll run you like $60. But it's literally like the lions, and you can transform them into Voltron, and it's like completely posable. It's badass.
Well, at the toy fair, I saw that they're reissuing an all die-cast metal Voltron that came out a few years ago. And
Oh,
what
that's
they're
so
also
expensive, though.
what they're also going to release is a you remember the car version, the vehicle
Mhm.
Voltron? They're going to release a die-cast version of that. Now that
Ooh.
one's going to go for $350, but dude, you have got to see this shit. I mean, I'm not a fan of of that version, but yeah, I would have to get it because it's just that dope.
You didn't like Carb Ultra?
Nah, man, I'm a lion man, bro. You know, los leones.
I remember when I was growing up, everybody said, "Yo, there's a movie with the Carb Ultron and the Lion Voltron." I said, "Y'all motherfuckers full of shit. Y'all lying motherfuckers." And it's true. There was a movie.
Like Car Voltron is like Transformers, GoBots,
Well,
whatever.
there was a battle. Yeah, I remember that. It's not easy to find it.
But YouTube.
Yeah, that's YouTube. Back in the day when I
back in
got
the
it,
day, I thought that shit was a myth.
I'll tell you
Come on,
some
dude.
crazy stuff that like I'm probably going to end up paying a pretty penny for. Is like I was a big fan of Gotchman, or as they got called over here, Battle of the Planets.
G-Force.
Yeah,
Nice.
man. And they got this. The Phoenix ship. And it's like all die cast, and like the cheapest I can find it for is like $180. I'm like, I don't want to, but I know one of these days I'm gonna plunk down the money on that thing. That's one of my favorite ship designs of all, anime and sci-fi ever.
It's like a big ass bird and shit with the beak.
Well, like this is like the original, like before it turns all fiery. It's like the blue and the white space vehicle. Man, it's such a simple design, but like it struck a chord with me growing up. I love that design
because the cartoon was so fucking great. I didn't know what the fuck they were beefing about. I didn't know what the fuck they had problems with each other for, but I just knew it was fucking great. And
yeah,
it's G-Force. Motherfucker's name was.
And even
that's what they called my head.
Even the American dub version with like the extra stuff they added with like the two little robots, I still dig that because there was things they did in there. Because you know how sometimes Japanese narratives get kind of weird. Their storylines get a little convoluted. That's their sort of thing. And even though I've been like watching the original anime with the subtitles, like, oh, okay, yeah, like this is a little bit more hardcore, and yet there's things they did in the American dub that made the narrative flow pretty smooth, and it was I thought it was pretty cool the way they handled it.
I love that cartoon. I don't know. I didn't watch it a lot because I never knew. I was so young. I didn't know what time it came on. But when it was on, I was hooked. I was dead.
I was just lucky to catch it like after school every day.
My shit was fucking Robotech. I used to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning back in the day in the 80s, fucking 84, 85, 86, and watch that shit at 6 a.m. before going to school.
And what was that church show used to come on before this shit? Davy and Goliath with the the fucking Play-Doh dog. I remember that shit. Learning about morals. Yeah.
Like Goliath is like his conscience. Like, Davy, did you really think this out?
You see, I could tell that me and Mella from the same school because we had just about the same amount of white hair in our beard.
I tell you, I'll be 43 on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, well, congrats! I'm gonna be 44 this year.
So I turned 50 in November. Like all of my beard is white except for like a few little specks here and there. I got all my color on my head, but it's just a beard, man. I Santa Claus on me.
I used to dye my beard. I was like, I can't win this battle. I can't win.
Oh, you really? You were doing that? My wife told me to why not use the Just for Men shit. I said, nah. Let me tell you, right?
You can't win that battle, man.
Dude, I went to a barber one day, right? And some Indian man went in telling the barber, talking about, yo, can you dye my hair? And he bought the whole joint, right? So my Dominican barber, I'm Puerto Rican, but he's Dominican. He just looked at me. He says, look at this motherfucking gay dude over here. Want me to paint his hair? He better wait for the fucking woman. I'm not doing that shit. and then the Indian guys, and what did he say? He says, you should wait a little bit.
my wife's grandma, she didn't give a damn. Till the day she died, she would dye her hair jet black, and she had like these bright circles rouge, and her house is full of dolls, so she looked like one of her dolls because she was, she was old. She shrunk down to almost 4 feet tall. I was like, and some of her dolls were like 3 feet tall. I was like, which one is she?
God forbid she stood still on the sofa at night, right? God, oh shit, Grandma. No.
Hey Jeff, I'm on your DeviantArt page. You got some really good work here, brother.
He's a good artist.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
What's the website? What's the URL to it?
It's a Bracy 100. If you look on DeviantArt, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Looks like my people are here. I'll be back in a bit.
Linguini, let me ask you. So, how long have you been a member of the mob with that name, Linguini?
I don't know. I've had that name for a while.
For real, bro. Jimmy L. That just sounds like a mobster name or some real shit.
I don't know, man.
It's part of
I
that
have to
comic
look
book.
up.
He's
yeah,
part
I
of
have
that
to
comic
look that
book
up.
cartel, man.
You know?
He
Oh,
is.
shit. The comic Nostra.
No, see,
Jimmy-
like the problem is like there's actual people who have buying clubs, and there's actual people who manipulate the market.
No.
And the problem is there's nobody calling these people out.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait.
There's
Yeah,
too many
yeah.
people that are
I'm sorry,
complacent
Mel.
on it.
Here you go.
Mel made a face, and I'm gonna be the asshole that asked the question.
Oh, why did Mel make a face?
No,
He
I
probably
said, here we
made a
go.
face.
I was like, here we
He
go.
probably made a face because he knows that it's true.
Yeah,
And that
because
there's
you
certain
said
people like him who don't say anything about it.
You said people manipulate the market, and that's when he rolled his eyes. So obviously,
Yeah.
I caught on to that immediately.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right,
They
I'm
do-
gonna
well,
ask
they
you a
do.
question. Who manipulates the market? I'm gonna give you. I want to please give me. I'll give you 2 minutes on the floor right now.
No.
Who's manipulating the market?
The problem is, and I guess I've fallen into this,
It's
is
interesting.
nobody wants to hurt other people's feelings.
Of course,
And
but it doesn't matter.
nobody wants to call other people out.
This is all opinions. It's just hearsay
No, it's not
and
opinions.
alleged.
There's like actual people who are like actively bidding on each other's eBays and
Okay. Oh, all right.
and,
I know
and
what you
making
mean.
like fake sales
Okay.
and then
So,
talking about how
no.
these and then reporting on these sales.
Check it. Wait, Luke, I'm sorry. Let me interrupt. But I'm going to give you a prime example. And this happened through the toy fair. And this is how, and my brother put me onto this. So the Agent Orange figure, it's a $95 figure. That's all it is, right? The day of toy fair, when it was released, some dude put that shit on eBay, right? And all of a sudden, the bid was up to $1,500, but it was only one account. Everybody else was at like at $60. And I told my brother, like, yo, what's popping here? Why is this dude that said at 15? He goes, dude, he's one of those fucking manipulators. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Mr.
but
Linguini?
the problem is
On that scale.
the problem is it's a lot harder to catch people doing it when they're not auctions and they're buy it nows.
Ah, okay.
But I mean, that's all I can really say about it.
But do you can you name somebody or a brand or an organization in specific that you think is maybe
He wants to,
pushing
but
the
he's not
market?
gonna do it.
Yeah, I want to, but I'm not going to because I don't think it's worth it. I just think that there's a lot of people who are complacent with it and they know what's happening, and I find that more disturbing. But
wouldn't you consider that speculation as something that's always been around since the 80s?
No.
I mean, you people pushing boundaries on books. You know what I mean?
No, if I asked you, for example, to bid on my books, so they maintain a certain sale price, right? No. Well, let's say I did that, right? And I said, okay, why don't you buy this off of my eBay? We'll mark it as a sold, and then I reported on that sale, and then I continued trying to sell more copies of that book. What's that?
Okay.
Shilling?
Okay.
It is shilling, but it's also market manipulation because you're setting these prices that never happened, and you're bidding on books, forcing other people to bid higher, knowing.
Do you think that happened with Immortal Hulk 2?
Oh my God, that book.
No.
What are you talking about? Immortal Hulk? Wait.
The Immortal Hulk 2, the variant. There's the Pheno variant. You think that's natural? Where it's at now?
Honestly, that's not one that has concerned me.
Do you think the first appearance of Weapon H is natural? Because this is a book that's not even 2 years old, and it's already out on the market for an easy $150, $175.
What?
The first appearance of a Weapon H, I sold my copy for $100.
Totally awesome.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
What's it at now?
150 easy, 175.
Really?
Yep, and a nice, if you got a nice 9.3 and above, yes, sir. I made an easy buck on mine.
Oh, I ran through those. It's crazy.
I think it's a lot easier though with independent books because and it's easier to identify them because you see them sell well, and then they just drop all of a sudden.
Isn't that what indie book though?
On independent, you got to catch them in the first 2 weeks to even try to make a speculative profit. After the 2 weeks is when, if it doesn't survive, speculators either made a profit or not.
It went from 2 weeks to being down to.
Well, look at Magical Beatdowns. That book, it's still selling, isn't it?
No, they did that shit to themselves.
It's not still selling?
Fuck no.
Magical Beatdowns isn't selling.
No.
Come look this up.
Yeah, look it up.
I could tell you that.
Hey, freaking interesting. Hey, so the other news this week, is the Old Guard, right? Old Guard #1 is selling really well. I think it was selling like 60 copies just since Wednesday. And the reason why that is because there was some news that they're going to try to do a movie with Charlize Theron on Netflix. Now, what people don't know, and I think people that's been actually out in another world for whatever, but what people are doing is they're buying the regular. What people don't know is that there's actually a gold foil retailer variant out there, and it's not selling for anything because people don't know about it.
I think it's actually selling for like 30 to 40.
Yeah,
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It picked it. You could have got it for $10 a week ago before the announcement. Now it's about at 40. Undercutters came and swooped in. It was a $60 book. They swooped in. That's at 45, and it's still up.
Because an hour ago I saw one for like $6.50, $6.50.
Really?
Is it an auction?
Yeah, it's an auction.
But the auction probably ended at $36, so it's at about $40.
No, I mean I don't think that's really a book that you should auction, but I do have copies and I haven't dug them out yet because I think
I just got mooned by a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let me for the listeners of the Comic Crusader podcast who don't know, Jimmy Linguini is one of the best speculators in the game. Even though I hate him, but that's still my man, and he is definitely one of the best speculators in the game right now.
I love this, and this is the type of person I like to talk to because I get into the speculative game basically to fund Comic Crusaders because I'm not one of these people that like to do a Patreon and beg for money and shit like that. You know what I mean? To fund the site. If I'm going to fund the site, let the people that have a product in their hand, everybody happy. You get something and I get to pay for the site and the site survives.
Well, Al, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Freaking because a couple weeks ago when I was on the Principal Defects, Mel and I think it was Coy actually brought up a good question for me. Where is the indie comic market going? Where do you see that going? Because where I'm seeing it going right now is that for some reason, a lot of these #1s from indie comics, they're actually getting a lot more attention. So before, like when you did your 3-month pull out, because you had 3 months before, or FOC is 3 months out, you would have to look at that #1s, and you might say, hey, maybe this will do good or not good. But now you definitely have to pay attention because like Punchline and let's see all these joints from Antarctica Press and Ahoy.
Let's talk about the indie ones that just on television. Dark Horse, Polar, right?
Right.
Image. You have Sci-Fi. You have Happy. You have Daily Class on Sci-Fi, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people. The reason it's getting attention is because these Hollywood types are now giving attention to these creator-owned books.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
That's what it is. Yeah. This is to me, in my opinion, in the past few years, it has been the creator-owned golden age. There's a time for creators to really shine, and they're making awesome product that's being found. I'm happy because I am a dominantly independent magazine buyer. So
right.
This market is only going to go upwards, and what the independent market has to do better is in marketing. I'm happy to many share their press releases, and not many sites are like mine that'll share independent news alongside Big 2 news, because you'd be surprised by the amount of emails I get through my site of independent creators to say, "Oh, thank you. I can't believe you posted it because so and so site said unless I'm in Diamond, they wouldn't put this up."
Right.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's bullshit. So I don't believe in that. For me, it's a comic book is a comic book regardless of the label. There is no label. Comics are comics to me. You know what I mean? And a good product is a good product. A label don't mean shit.
Right.
I tell you, man, that's the best attitude to have. Like, thank God for the internet, because it used to be like hard to keep up with indie books when it was all just Diamond.
Yeah.
What about you, Jimmy? From a speculator point of view, what do you think about these indie comics coming out now?
I'm surprised at how many like variants there are and how they're selling so well.
Right.
Especially like with Source Point right now, there seems to be like 10 to 15 variants for the Rejected #1, the volume 2.
Oh my god, yeah.
So I'm just not sure.
How do you feel, Jimmy, overall about the variant market? I mean, do you feel like it's another 90s reboot once again? They did not learn their lesson.
Well, no, I said this the other day. and I read it because I read something on Facebook of somebody saying that like the market crash has already happened. And the way you can tell is because the only way people can sell these store variants is by doing these limited to 500 or limited to 400 variants by like destroying half the print run or whatever. So if that's the only way you can sell your book, then is the market in a healthy position?
No, I get you.
If books are only going up because somebody says to buy it on an app,
yeah,
is that a good position for the market to be in? But I like Key Collector. Okay, I like Key Collector.
You throwing bad
I like
shade,
the
though.
app. I don't understand. I don't understand a few things, but so what? If the market is following Key Collector app notifications, that's not really a deter like saying anything negative about Key Collector. I just don't think that that's a very positive or healthy position for the market.
But the thing, we do the same shit.
I don't.
No, hold on. Let me finish. When you report on the book, you don't never say buy the book. You're right. You never say buy the book. You definitely report on the book. You bring in knowledge to the book. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling people that they're selling for $10 to $15 right now. You report. You report. Right. Key Collector at the time was reporting on these. He never did say sell the book, but I heard there was a new alert saying sell now, a sell now alert.
Yeah, I did see that, but I don't.
That's crazy.
Would you guys talk to the Key Collector guy? Because at one point he told me this would never be a for charge app, and all of a sudden it's for charge.
Nick is a good friend of mine. We had him on the show maybe about a month ago.
Yeah, Nick did come on the podcast. I don't think he was happy about it, but he was on the podcast, and he won't talk to me anymore. But
you know what, boy? What did you do to him? Oh my God! I'm gonna listen to the podcast. That's all, folks. Hey, where can we?
No, I think I goofed, and I was trying something new on YouTube. I pinned a post. I think I pinned a negative post, and he was kind of upset about that. So,
Nick is my man. Nick's still my man. You know what I'm saying?
He still talks to you.
Yeah, I'm the good guy. I'm like I said, I'm
he's the bad cop. Linguini's the bad cop, and you're the good.
No, I'm just toxic.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's toxic.
Oh shit! You know what? Forget it. Yeah.
Nah, Jimmy. Me and Jimmy, we got a real relationship, but that's besides the point. Jimmy is great at what he does. He's a great speculator. That's my dude. However, he can piss a lot of people off, and a lot of people don't care. He piss you off. And he'll probably piss you up before the night is over. And he's got to deal with it.
It takes a lot to piss me off.
Oh, trust me.
Especially when I'm nice.
It takes a lot to piss me off too, especially when I'm drunk. But he has done it. He has successfully done it. He got an Xbox gold medal for it at the bottom of the screen. It came up when it happened. And fuck him, but that's my man.
Achievement unlocked.
That's what I'm saying. Achievement unlocked. Piss my love. It'll take a lot for me to get pissed off. And he did it multiple times.
It's actually very easy to get you upset.
Hey, you know how to do it.
He knows the buttons.
Yeah, he knows when he knows the buttons. But I know his buttons now too, though, and it's funny.
Now you know what he enjoys.
That is funny.
What sick bastards I'm talking to. This is fun.
But that's my dude, though. That's my dude.
Yeah, maybe we can get the Key Collector on here one day and talk to him. But we were talking about the indie comic stuff, and there was some aftershock news. So at the same event, at the same Comics Pro event where DC was talking about that they're going to start cutting back on their comics. Aftershock came out with an announcement that they are going to try and
do 52 comics.
Yeah, it's like they're going to go from 52 to like 22 or 25 or some shit like that.
But when you mention these numbers, you mean titles per month?
Yes, titles per month.
No.
So that means that they'll probably go down from like 4 to 5 per week.
Oh, they're cutting.
Cutting. Yeah, they're cutting.
They're good.
Right, so that means they'll probably you could for $16, $16 to $20, you could probably get all the DC titles per week. 100 or down, if they can get it down so that I'm only spending $100 per week or per month on DC Comics, I'll be a happy man.
If you buy the app, doesn't it give it all to you digitally?
Yeah, but
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but-
you
right,
an
but
app
yeah, but
man?
I'm
Fuck apps. I'm a book man.
Yeah,
No, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying,
Right.
if you're like a DC reader, wouldn't that make the most sense? If there's like, isn't it like $20
but-
and you just
right,
wait
but-
a few weeks?
yeah, but I'm a cover hound.
Okay.
Cover hound.
That's what Lucas
Cover
is
hound.
about.
Yeah, and I'm a cover hound, and I like to also have a copy from a kid. So I come home Wednesday, Daddy's home. Here, boom, read
You know,
these.
I picture Lucas is such a variant hoe that I picture him on a variant cover, like in a dress, but a whole bunch of him laying a whole bunch of variant covers like this and shit. You know what I mean?
I'm on a very cover.
Hey,
I'm not a dress.
Right. Yeah, your little
Like
character.
Jessica Stanzler or
character-
some shit instead
Yeah,
of a Bear
no,
Rugged comics.
I'm
I'm
on a Niobe cover.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
shit,
so
right?
mad. Yeah, I'm so mad that I missed out on that, man.
What, you didn't get one?
No, I didn't even see the.
What the fuck?
In the world.
Sorry, that's my people.
I thought you were a cop. Like, what the fuck?
Oh shit, we got 5-0 here now. We just smoking. I'm sorry, officer. It's legal here.
Lucas, I might have an extra one here.
Okay, yeah.
Where was it?
Let me
I saw that.
Let me
bro.
know how I can get it. Yeah.
But
But yeah, so we're talking about the Niobe cover. The Niobe cover. Niobe. What's old boy's name? Christian.
Who?
But the author. Yeah, Sebastian.
Yeah, did you say something
Really
about
great guy.
Niobe today?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Did something happen with Niobe today?
Well,
Not that I know
Was
of.
there?
Why?
Oh, okay.
Sold a lot.
I sold an Untamed #1 for $40.
Oh, nice.
Probably was me.
Right.
No, I think I know who this person is too. I just
I was buying a whole bunch of dumb shit today.
wait. What's the name of the guy who owns Comic Man?
Oh, I don't know that.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't know who this is actually. Who bought this? That's weird.
Right.
But,
So
but
Something's
Niobe-
going on.
yeah.
the
So
Niobe-
yeah,
It's not
Niobe
Kevin
and Niobe is a character. Her first appearance was in Untamed. I forget it's by Stranger Comics. They've been talking for the last 2 years about trying to get it either on Netflix or ABC and everything. So if there's something that you want to speculate on, I'm not telling you to buy it. But, you know,
Yeah,
once
that's
again, like I
so
said,
weird.
they've been trying to get it developed for like the last 2 years. So
It's a great book. It's a great Black History Month book because the
Right,
character
right,
is
right.
African American character. It's great. I see a lot of cosplay for it. When it does happen, 'cause I believe in the book and I believe in the people that's behind the book because they're very good friends of mine. I'll be happy when it does. So
right. And that Hocus Comics, that Hocus comic variant was what, $150?
I wish I still had mine.
Yeah, I got one of these dustbins back here, but
Oh, you got one? I give you 75 for it right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's a 9.8 though. I think it's like a 9.6 or something
I don't
like that.
give a
But I still love it.
If you got one, I want 75. What up?
Look at it.
Hey, if I-
comic
I can
dealings
get one
here.
right-
I'm a
Hey.
witness here.
Hey, so the
He doesn't
what else
answer.
you got?
I'm not sure if I want to sell
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
businessman. If I had it, I'll sell it like that.
I would also.
That's like-
I've been buying
That's under market price. So
I've been buying a whole bunch of fucking Devil's Reject shit today.
why?
Cause I seen the trailer for 3 from Hell, and I love that fucking movie. I love Devil's Reject. I love fucking House of a Thousand Corpses.
Have you
And-
met the cast?
I met Sid Haig, and that's it.
That's it. My
No, man, I'd
brother's
love
a
to meet
big
Sid
fan, and he's met all of them. All of them.
Sid Haig is cool as fuck. Dude.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of his ever since Roger Corman's Galaxy of Terror.
See,
Oh,
I don't know
shit.
nothing about that. I
Yeah, I
remember
see a
first
terror.
time I seen it was in Jackie Brown.
You know what? That Sid Haig shit was that in that same. Remember the DVD, the first DVD. It was one time it was smoked out, and I just kept it, on the menu. And when Sid Haig starts talking to you, like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you not playing this shit?" And like this is going on nonstop, and I'm looking at myself and my wife. I'm like, "Yo,
Which
are we
DVD?
this fuck-"
That was Reject?
yeah, on
House
the
of a
first
Thousand
DVD.
Corpses.
Oh, how's
Ah,
it? There you go. How's
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
When he just kept talking,
Yeah,
I was
he goes
blunted
off
out of
on
my
wild.
mind. Do you understand me? I was blunted out of my mind, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this motherfucker's telling me to watch the DVD." Me and my wife were just bugging out, and we were waiting for it to finish, and he just kept talking. Like, "Oh my god, is he really talking to us?" Like we were just really bugging. That was good weed back in the day, boy.
I mean, I remember chocolate tie. I used to tell you. I tell these young cats there was weed that smelled just like chocolate.
My brother.
Get the fuck out of here. There was no weed that smelled like chocolate.
Yes, there was. There was
I know it
chocolate,
was.
and when I picked it up, we used to call it at the shop Big Red. So for $20, you get this fat dub. I mean, fat. You can roll at least 3.5 fat L's out of it.
But we used to call pillowcases.
Yeah, man, that was just fat, and that was the time that those videos started coming out. Those about the accidents. So one time, me and my brother-in-law, we smoked a fat L, and my wife was out the house, and that commercial came on for the first time when we saw a lady get run over by the train. My dude, we had a heart attack laughing. We were on the floor for an hour. My wife came into the house and still finding out, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? Like, yo, this bitch got run over by a train, yo. You know, we were just dying.
This new weed right now it just made me. I just feel slow. I feel stupid.
It all depends. It's a head high. It's a body high. It all depends what you want. You're either gonna eat like a pig or you want to take a fucking nap.
I smoke shit called Gorilla Glue. Well, still,
dude,
that shit.
I'll tell you right now, and I'm looking at the camera here, folks. Orange Romulan. If you are a person that needs to get something done, don't think that weed slows you down. Orange Romulan strikes your brain like it was fucking lightning. It puts
Orange Romulan. I need that.
Oh my god, dude.
This is like an infomercial.
I was on two fucking. I was working my work laptop and my other laptop at the same time. I was like so fucking baked. I was like, oh, but I was doing shit. I was like, yeah, yo, I got ideas, nigga. Ooh.
Cross between an infomercial and a PSA. The more you know.
Orange Romulan, because like I said, Gorilla Glue. That shit said exactly what it sounded like. It had me stuck. I was sitting there like.
Well, which one you had? Gorilla Glue. There's number 2 and number 4.
I don't know. The dude who rolled my blunts for me said, "Yo, this is called Gorilla Glue."
Yo, because I had Gorilla Glue number 4. Now that one, oh my god! I watched Impractical Jokers, and that shit had me dying every episode like a fucking retard. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know. My wife's like, "What's wrong with you? They ain't that funny." I'm like, I don't know. I'm dying.
I can't.
Full retard.
I can't stand. I don't like getting high. Like I'm a drinker. Doctor said I couldn't drink anymore, so I started smoking weed a couple of times on the podcast. I was just sitting there, ain't saying shit.
you see. All right, I
was stoned.
You gotta be around the right people when you do that, bro. In order to get the right energy. If you do that shit bent by yourself, you have no energy. You gotta be around the right people. I'm telling you.
That's why
I'm the wrong person, bro. If I ever go around your way, I will corrupt the shit out of you.
That's what I want about this liquid, baby.
I drink too. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Al, don't you have a one of those vape machines that gave you some product to test out?
I actually do have a vape, yeah, and I actually tried the oils before, and that's strictly head high. Those are the ones that make you feel stupid.
See,
honestly, I'd rather do just straight up trees, natural, and get bent, and laugh for a little bit, or mellow, or take a nap, whatever the hell happens,
Yo, some of the best sleep I had when I was high.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Oh, absolutely. You ever smoked and then boned afterwards? That'll be the best nut you have, but you'll fall asleep instantly. You're like, oh, you're done. I don't know. Jimmy over there is thinking like, yeah, man, I remember those days.
Oh, he's high. He's high right now. He is.
Hey, he's thinking about it now. Yeah, that happened to me last night, bro.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I don't get high, but I'll tell you what. I bet you one of the best movies to watch while you're probably high is that a new Alita movie that came out. Have any of y'all seen that?
Nah.
That motherfucker is too damn realistic. Too much colors. Too much of all that shit, man. I mean, I'm so glad I did not buy the 3D, man, for that shit, man. That shit was just off the chick.
I'll tell you a story. The first time the 3D started coming out back in the 90s, I went to the Lincoln movie theater in New York when it first came out, right? And we were drinking. So, we drank like a mother, right? But I used to work mad early in my job, and we went really late to the latest show for some odd reason, like fucking assholes. So I have the 3D on, and I'm watching the movie, and it's about battle planes, whatever. And dude, I passed out. Unfortunately, I woke up at the wrong time because when I opened my eyes, bro, all I saw was a plane coming at me, blowing up, and I screamed, ah! dude, everybody was just fucking laughing. My wife, my wife then girlfriend just looking at me like, what in the hell is wrong with you? I'm like, I'm asleep playing with me.
You make it sound like your wife really hates your habit, man.
Oh yeah. She just wonders what the hell's wrong with me half the time. What the hell?
Yeah, I stopped like drinking and drugging after I met my wife because she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So like the last time I went high to a movie was Jurassic Park, and I sat on the front row because I wanted those dinosaurs to be as big as possible while I was stoned.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. I went one time that bent with to see Carlito's Way when it was in the theaters. Unfortunately, I went with a Colombian kid named Carlito that was screaming, "Hey, that's me in the theater!" Like I'm walking around. I'm like, "Shut up, we're gonna get kicked out."
Oh man, you don't talk about kicked out. I went to a film one time. I can't remember what it was. Just a couple of years ago, and I like to go to like the really early film. A couple of weeks after the movie's been out. Sometimes I like to go to the crowd. Sometimes I like to just go by myself, basically.
Matinee, brother, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Man, I'm sitting in there like the first matinee. Mostly got the place to myself. There's a couple people here and there. A row behind me and off to my right is two guys. And one of them is translating the whole fucking movie to his buddy.
Oh my god!
I could not believe that shit. It was like, are you kidding me? You don't sit here and translate the movie.
Mire, está trascendiendo la película porque esa es la cosa que hacer. Ay, Dios, mire, ahora el señor está diciendo esto. No. Okay.
Just like
I've never been so bad to the theater in my life.
If you've never been to Bushwick, you sound just like that.
Yo, dude, man. When I saw Batman with Michael Keaton back in the day, when that first came out, the end of the movie theater. This is in Brooklyn, dude. You know how people usually applaud at a movie theater?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers threw bottle rockets, in the movie theater. And how do I know? Because one popped right by my leg, and like a moron, I'm wearing shorts, and my leg is burning, and I'm like jumping around, like, holy shit, I'm getting burned. And I went with my mom's cousin, and she like, what the hell's going on? She thought it was a shootout at first, Yeah,
but you got to talk about how that impact was in New York when that first Batman movie dropped. The whole city was wearing Batman t-shirts.
My dude, man, every Chinese motherfucker on the corner was selling them t-shirts.
Fucking absolutely fucking right. You absolutely fucking right. Every bootleg t-shirts and Black Ball Simpson. Tell me you don't remember Black Ball Simpson.
No lie though. At least I had about 4 or 5 of them.
Black Ball Simpson t-shirts was the shit.
Oh, I forgot about that shit.
That was the shit. I kid you not.
Man. Never happened.
It never happened.
Yeah, that's probably inner city shit, man. Because them motherfuckers were everywhere. Then what about them Chinese folks coming into the diner selling you the bootleg DVDs?
Nah, man.
Hey, good copy.
I had that on Smash. They could come to my area. I had that on Smash.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Nah, man. They went to a diner where I was at, and the lady came up to me, and this old white man behind me just started bitching at her, arguing. I said, yo, dude, man, leave her alone. She's trying to make a buck, leave her alone. And he's like, no, those are my friends making movies. I said, who the fuck you know in here?
Yeah, I'm talking about. I was that dude. I was like, nah, you in the black barber shops around my hood. Like, nah, you can't come over here. Nah, that's Mel's territory. Tell Chan you can't do that over here, man.
Oh shit. So it was Chan versus Mel. I want to see this comic book.
Mel won.
All right, guys.
Hey, so
my wife's giving me the evil eye. No, not necessarily. I don't want to pay. It's time for me to spend time with my beautiful wife.
Absolutely, Al. I really appreciate you for stopping by, man, giving us all your time, man. Thanks
it
very
was
much.
fun talking to you. You know what? I want to plan this again. I want to talk to Jimmy about the speculation because he looks like a serious dude, and I want to know what's in his mind. And I don't mind getting controversial. I don't give a fuck.
ComicsSpeculation.com. Check him out.
All right, we're going to do that.
Try this again, man.
Just as you check out ComicCrusaders.com. And Mel, bro, it was a pleasure to meet you. And I hope to do this with you for real again. We vibing, bro. We got the same gen.
Absolutely, brother. I definitely appreciate meeting you, brother.
And Jeff, a pleasure to finally meet my Crusader. You rock, and you too, Lucas.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Al. Go ahead, man.
Bye.
Thanks, Al.
Oh, I got to pee.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
That's a heck of a way to end it.
All right, so I just opened up my delivery from jscottcampbell.com. And this is something I think I ordered like 3 weeks ago. Bam.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What issue is that?
This is The Amazing Spider-Man. Doesn't fucking say which one it is.
Okay.
It doesn't say. So I don't fucking know.
It
So
might,
here's
it might
here's
be
that
on
cover.
the back.
Here's that one.
Wait, that's the back
Nice.
cover?
No, this is the front cover.
No, I was saying like the information, maybe the information about what issue that was might be on the back.
So I don't give a. So I really don't care about this one. So let me go ahead and open it.
No, that second one you showed looked insane.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just opening up this one.
Yep.
Let's see. So it says Marvel 14, number 14.
Did you get all 8 of those covers, or did you just get 2 of them?
I just got 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
Didn't they go on sale today?
No, they went on sale maybe like oh yeah. So there was a so they went on sale like 3 weeks ago, right? And then this morning I got an email that said that they were selling them again for whatever, like whatever back issues they had, but they didn't have all of them.
He's a fucking
So
Christmas
right,
guy.
so this one right here, this one was available, and the other Spider-Man one, which I didn't get.
Which one was
and
the
then-
one with Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy? Was that 14 or was that 12? Which one did he do?
I think that was 14. I think I'm not sure. Don't quote
That's
me
the
on
one
that.
I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Into the Spider-Verse.
How'd you like it?
Why would anybody want, like, that's what I walked away from. Why would anybody want to buy books of them kissing and having a relationship? Like, who cares? They're not even in the same universe.
They
Well-
will be.
How? How can you say they will be? He has his own Gwen Stacy that he's going to try to get with.
I didn't see the movie, but that's a good point.
You haven't seen the movie?
No.
What?
You haven't
This
seen
is
Black
the- this
Panther?
is the-
Shut up.
Yeah, that's what somebody said to me when I said it was going to be garbage. But Black Panther's going to be garbage. What's that?
You still haven't seen Black Panther?
You know, it's going to listen.
Well,
It's
shut
going to
the
win a
fuck
bunch
up.
of Oscars though, okay? So it doesn't matter.
Well, then shut the fuck up. You haven't seen Black Panther
Have you seen the movie Crash?
with Terrence Howard,
Yeah, I saw it.
Who else is in Crash aside from Terrence Howard?
I
Thierry
don't fucking
Newton,
remember.
The other War Machine.
Kevin, Don Cheadle,
Both are in that movie.
Kevin.
But anyways, that movie's trash, and it won like 5 Oscars.
I like
that's
Crash.
just
Crash
something
was
to
alright.
keep in mind. No,
You're a new kid. You wasn't around when this movies just came out.
I watched Crash when it came out,
You were
and
like
I've watched. It was always trash.
You were like 10. You didn't know what was good and bad.
It was on the movie network. I saw that movie. Don't give me that
What
trash.
is the movie network?
I don't know. It's some network that plays movies after they get out of the theater.
Call in Canada the movie network.
Yeah, they don't call it that now.
Yeah, what is cable like in Canada? That's what I want to know.
Well, I told you I was watching
Punjabi hockey.
yeah, Punjabi. What is it called? No, it's called. It was something. I don't know. Hockey Night in Punjabi is what it was called.
But they're
Instead of
not
Hockey Night
actually.
in Canada.
But they're actually in Punjabi. It's just not Hindu.
Yeah, it is. It's the same hockey game, except all the commentators are
And this is why you left the
speaking
wedding.
in Punjabi. I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
Like
this is why you
I
left-
find that comical.
This is why you left the wedding.
You know, that is pretty funny.
All right, Jimmy. What do you think is better, this one, the first one that you saw, or this one?
Yeah, the first one, the one that I
First
guess
one?
is on your left. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I think that's the nicer one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this one is the rarer of the two.
But I
I
mean,
think-
the
I
one
think
on
this
your
was
left
500.
is better than the first one you showed. So
What they gave you, like an original sketch? What is that?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think this one was like maybe it's either one of five, only 500, or maybe it's only 1,000 made. Of
How much
this.
you pay for all of that for that package?
With the coupon, I think it was like 90 something.
Really? That's not a bad
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. So, but there was other ones that was like $150. I was gonna pay all that shit for all that, but that's all right. That's all right.
Corey can't come on. He has to deal with family. I'm having fun.
That's fine. That's fine. Catch them at the next Hammered Heroes. You know what I mean? Fucking drunk Koi is the shit. I'm telling you, man.
He won't get drunk for this show. Because it's on a Saturday. And he has like families. Shit.
That motherfucker owes me, man. He don't come to Baltimore. He needs to come on my show and get drunk or something.
I'm here.
Eat some damn bread or something. Get
I was
hype.
gonna come on, but I was gonna come on later. Then my wife was like, "I'm going to bed." Yeah, I'm getting on this drunk pocket.
Oh man, it's crazy. I drank so little. Like just from the little bit I drank, even while eating spaghetti, I wasn't expecting anything to hit me. I got like the sweats. It's like started raising my body temperature.
Yo, I cannot drink wine and eat spaghetti. That heartburn will fucking kill me.
Can't eat wine and drinks. You can't drink wine and eat spaghetti.
Right.
Okay.
Is that what I know?
All right. So here's the deal,
He's
right?
not Italian.
This one just came from Midtown, right? This is the stuff that I brought last week when I was drunk. All right. Let's fucking see.
Jimmy, did you get my messages about that Power Rangers?
This shit.
Why?
I don't know.
What message?
I was drunk. I was drunk.
That's a great cover. I think that's iconic right there. That's an iconic Batman Who Laughs cover.
I don't have any messages from you
Yes,
about
indeed,
Power
you can.
Rangers. I have messages from you about
Yellow
R. Kelly and Jesse Smollett having like the exact same background on their mugshots because they're both locked up in the same jail right now.
First of all, motherfucker, you sent me that.
Yeah, because that's a great picture. What do you mean?
It's funny. It's one on the t-shirt.
Here we go.
Alex Ross.
Here's this shit. Yep.
How much you
And
spend?
then this shit.
Oh yeah.
Where is the Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yep. And then
Did you know Lucas broke the first appearance? There is a first appearance in that book.
Oh yeah, of who?
so in the we're talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy #2.
Yeah, is it the last page? Is it that guy at the last?
No, it's maybe I forget which page. Maybe it's in the middle or something like that. So what happens is so for the last 3 months or so, Groot has been going through this teenage stage where he's been trying to go through this punk stage, and he's been sharpening himself and freaking making him look like a fucking punk. Well, Cosmic Ghost Rider is on the scene, and he sees him shaving himself off. Well, he touches a few of the shavings, and the shavings turn into these other little Groots, but they call themselves Stab. So that is the first appearance of this thing, whatever it's called, Stab. I don't know if they're going to survive or whatever, but that's what the deal is.
That's interesting.
Jimmy doesn't like the first appearance, but it is the first appearance.
Yeah.
Avengers 675.
Go on.
I'm hearing a lot of people say that it has Hulk on the cover. I'm looking at it right now, and I see Hulk on the cover. Now, this I think puts into question like the whole Civil War II nonsense spec, right?
It has. You said it has Hulk or Immortal Hulk or just Hulk?
What's the difference?
That's old school Hulk.
Is Immortal Hulk way bigger than this one? I think that's something to think about. I don't know. I think it's stupid spec. But if people are going to start, no.
Yes.
If people are going to say, but isn't Civil War II? Civil War II is what? The death of Hulk, right?
Listen, Immortal Hulk is Hulk.
Okay, but what is Civil War? What is Civil War II?
Death of Hulk, #3.
Okay, but what is Hulk is on this cover?
That's old school Hulk.
Who's supposed to be dead according to Civil War II, right?
You lost me.
Okay, so Civil War II, that book, Civil War II 3 or whatever, right?
Right.
The one that's supposed to be death of Bruce Banner, birth of Immortal Hulk or whatever, right?
That's not the birth, though.
No, but it's the death of him, right? Like it's the death of Bruce Banner. If this is Bruce Banner, then how is he dead? How is that a significant book?
Because it's that.
Because if this is Bruce Banner, that means that the Immortal Hulk didn't come out of hell from all this nonsense that they're saying from like he's been gone and he's coming back because he's on this cover, right?
The Voyager came from the past and coming to the future. That's a past version of Hulk. You see what I'm saying? You see how she's stepping out of that image? Would you look who is Voyager? She's stepping out from the past into the future. So that's an old school Hulk, old school Thor, old school Giant Man, old school Iron Man. You feel what? You feel me? You do you not feel me?
But Captain Marvel. How is that old school Captain America? What makes that old school?
No,
what
no,
makes
I said
what
Thor.
makes that?
Are we looking at the same cover? Are we looking with Voyager's like prominent on the cover? Which cover are you looking at?
The front. I'm looking at the back of the cover. Right. This is the front of the cover.
Oh, we're looking at
675. And then it's the one that's 3D, and then the back of it there's Hulk.
Oh, you're looking at the lenticular cover. They don't count.
No, they made a non-lenticular one, Mel, and here's the Hulk. He's like, "Hey, I'm the Hulk." So that's just what I don't understand when it comes down to.
Well, look at the other cover of 675.
So why?
Because that's the one I was talking about. It's the second print.
What? Okay. What does that have?
That image in the second print actually what happens in the book. When she came from the past and into the new era.
And Hulk's there.
Hulk's in the background as old school Hulk.
In the book.
In the book.
Interesting. But do you agree though that means that the Civil War II thing makes no sense?
No,
Are you talking about this one? Because there's Hulk right back there.
Oh, fuck that. No.
No, not that one. I wish I was talking about that one. No, the 675, the particular one.
What are the two
If you look at the back, Hulk is on the back cover.
Hulk, Immortal Hulk. All right. Immortal Hulk and Hulk #1 from back in the day. That's the same motherfucker. So first appearance of Immortal Hulk is Hulk #1. Am I wrong?
No. But I'm just saying, like, I don't understand the Civil War stuff. How that book can heat up if Hulk
cool,
is still
but that's not
appearing, right?
That's not the first appearance of the rebirth of Hulk. It's another book.
No, of course. I'm not saying this is the first appearance of anything. I'm just saying if Hulk is on this book, what does Civil War II mean? Like, how is Civil War II any important at all?
Who said it was, though? Facebook?
No, some guy on YouTube I thought said it was the death of him, and then people were jumping on it. No?
Right. Yeah. People were jumping on it for no reason. What's it like? Is it a $40 or $60 book for no goddamn reason?
Yeah, his name wasn't Comic Tom. It was like some other. It was like Jim Comics, maybe.
Civil War III is a $4 book,
isn't it? Am I wrong?
But why is the death of a character all of a sudden so important?
No, I mean that's happened before.
Like, I mean, the death of Superman, I get that, because he was previously like thought to be immortal. But how many times? I mean, has Hulk ever died before?
No, this shit is a $7 book.
No. Yeah, but it's a $7 book that shouldn't be selling for $7. Let's be real.
Yeah. Let's see sold.
Five.
You like to go by listed prices.
I don't go by listed prices. I'm looking at sold prices right now. They're all $5.
The $12 one is a Noto variant, which is 1 to 10, which is cool. I don't see no sold of Civil War III #2.
What? I'm seeing one sold on the 23rd. That's today, right? $4.99.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm seeing one sold. What's the next sold? The next sold on the 22nd, $4.99. One sold on the 22nd, $7.99.
I mean, $7. It's a $5. It's a $6 cover.
No, it isn't a $6 cover.
What's the cover? $4.99.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. What's the cover? I don't know.
All right, so it's a $10 book.
Okay.
Death of Bruce Banner.
It shouldn't be.
What should it be? A $3 book?
Yeah, it has. Does it not have no importance if Bruce Banner isn't dead?
So you're gonna be a martyr over fucking $4?
I'm asking you, if Bruce Banner didn't die, what's the significance of this book?
Put in the quarter bin.
What is the significance of fucking the first appearance of Immortal Hulk when the fucking Hulk is the fucking Hulk?
Because he's a new character. What don't you understand?
It's still the fucking Hulk.
What do you mean? Totally Awesome Hulk. Is that the Hulk?
It's the fucking Bruce Banner Hulk. Hulk #1.
Okay.
Immortal Hulk first appearance. Because he was always fucking immortal, apparently.
Yeah, of course. How else would you kill him?
Right. So Immortal Hulk #1. I mean, Hulk #1 is the first appearance of Immortal Hulk. True or false?
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
Jeff, you've been around comics long enough. What do you think?
So the question is whether or not the. Pardon me a sec. Duty calls.
Is it live PD?
Yeah. He runs a. Apparently, he runs a.
The fun
game room. Yeah. So what was interesting this week is that was it 40 of Avengers 684, which is the first appearance of the Immortal Hulk, sold. So I think that was a lot more interesting than the whole people trying to get in on the death of the Hulk.
With 684, 81st appearance of Immortal Hulk. Hulk been immortal.
Yeah, I sold one. I sold one today for $30.
Really?
Yeah, I picked it up for $3.99, and the person got mad at me because I found an Immortal Hulk 1, but they weren't mad that I found all these Avengers. So
You know what's crazy? That Bartel Black Widow variant. People paid up to $200 for that book.
For which one?
Black Widow, the Bartel variant, the one that came up 2 weeks ago. I had one in my hand for $75, but I put it back.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, back to the original question here. So, like, you consider the Immortal Hulk #1 the first appearance of the Hulk?
no, he's saying he's saying Hulk #1 is the first appearance of the Immortal Hulk because he was always immortal, which is accurate. That's accurate for any character. It's their first appearance is their first appearance.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't know he's immortal till you find out he's immortal.
But he's always been immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a revision.
I mean, it technically it's possible he could have been killed before then because we've seen his ability to heal and regenerate grow over time. The Maestro broke his neck, and that wasn't a killing blow, but it was a severely debilitating blow. Now, an Immortal Hulk, he gets chopped up into pieces. I think if the Maestro had ripped his head off, that would have been the end of the Bruce Banner Hulk there. The professor would have died. I think his powers had to escalate to this point. He had to go through maybe the whole World War Hulk. He had to get to that advanced level before he became legitimately the Immortal Hulk.
But still the same Hulk, who's first appeared in...
It's still the same Hulk.
Oh, so there it is. Hulk
he's just upgraded.
Hulk #1, first appearance of that Hulk we're talking about right now. True or false?
No, what
I can see you guys are talking about getting under each other's skin now.
I thought that was obvious. I thought that was just an obvious thing. I didn't know that you'd have to.
This is a debate going on right now of what is the first appearance of Immortal Hulk. Is it 684 or Hulk #1? I say Hulk #1.
Is it Hulk #1? Yeah, but I mean that doesn't mean that this new character, Avenger 684, because it's a new idea. Like just look at Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan is just old Wolverine.
But we can't take it.
Old Man Logan still goes for a fair deal.
Now we can take it this way. We can take it this way as well. The Immortal Hulk, he's different than all the other Hulks we've seen. So we can take him as a completely new character with the appearance of him in the Immortal Hulk book, just as we've had Joe Fixit, the Professor, Demon Hulk, all these other Hulks. So, if people want to swing it like this is the legitimate first appearance of the Immortal Hulk, yeah, I would see it that way as well.
I get what you're saying. When you said Joe Fixit, I get it because it was like, but Joe Fixit just Grey Hulk in the suit.
Yeah, but he's also a different personality. Each of the Hulks has a somewhat different personality to some degree.
Sober Mel and Drunk Mel, it should be two different first appearances instead of the same Mel.
Yeah, but they're not split personalities.
Oh yeah, they are.
Well, the only reason why they're making sure that you're entertaining that, hey, this guy's immortal, is because they're going to kill him later. That's the only reason.
Maybe
that's why they're making a big deal of this. Hey, he's mortal, and then they're going to find out a way to kill him.
Because it's the best book written. It's the best Marvel book in about 5-6 years.
Okay, I got that.
And they're gonna
yeah, they're going to kill him.
Well,
they got to. Otherwise, why would you make such a big deal that he's immortal?
This is why Jeff and Al don't read Marvel anymore.
Just think about it. Okay, just think about it. You're just not thinking about it. That's the problem.
Okay, what about thinking about?
They turned the Punisher into Frankenstein. Okay, if they couldn't make that stick, they're not going to make anything stick. So I agree. Immortal Hulk is probably not. Is just going to be a fad.
And everybody will still want Hulk #1.
Yeah, well, Hulk #1 is one of the hardest to find #1s of the Marvel Silver Age keys.
I'm with you guys. I don't think Immortal Hulk is going to stick. I think it's going to be just like Frankencastle or Angel Punisher, all that kind of deal. Because the Hulk is already relatively OP, and if you just make him completely invincible, it just becomes I'm not interested anymore.
Right. I'll tell you what was a good book this week was Black Widow. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at that yet.
Probably no, not. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so basically she's supposed to be on a hunt for this child prostitution, child trafficking ring in Madripoor, and she's been killing everybody. I mean, because it's not just child trafficking, but they videotape everything. So even if you pay to watch it, she's on your ass.
Nice.
I mean, so within the last two panels, I think she's killed like 30 people. Either she killed you or she's got you strapped on the hood of her car, man. It's shit. So
Robert Kraft
it's-
this issue.
yeah. What's the deal with it? I mean, you are a motherfucking billionaire. You're telling me you can't buy an island where you can do all the dirt you want? Come on,
Bro.
man.
He's 75. He doesn't have the time to fucking talk to females for pussy. He just buys it and leaves him alone. Leave that man alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there should be an age limit over where you should just be able to do whatever the fuck you want, right? As long as you ain't hurt nobody and you're consenting adults.
Hey, you know that one billionaire has got that island where he's like all pedo on that thing.
Who, Vince McMahon?
No,
he's talking about the guy who had where Trump's been there and Bill Clinton's been there.
Yeah,
and
a lot
Hillary
of
was there
powerful
one
people have been
time.
there. He's got like a bunch of underage hoes up there.
But none of the chicks that Robert Kraft was fucking with was underage, right?
No.
How does Jim Boeheim kill a motherfucker and coach the game tonight and almost win? That's a bad motherfucker.
Jeez, hey, that's why you're trying to become famous, man. Making it so you can be able to do shit like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, just look at Brandy. Nobody ever talks about how she killed someone. Look at what her brother's all up to.
Brandy killed somebody?
Yeah, she drove into some old lady, and the old lady died.
God damn. Well, what about Serena Williams? Didn't she kill some dude?
I forgot about that. She killed the dude too.
Yeah.
How'd she kill somebody?
Well, so it wasn't really her fault.
Venus. It was Venus. It wasn't Serena.
Yeah.
Was
It
she
wasn't
running
really her.
over?
Yeah, it wasn't really her fault. But the family is still suing her because
she's rich.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those left turn, right turn, and then the old lady that was driving didn't see that she was still turning.
Right. It's like
signal. It
reminds me of Eddie Murphy Raw when he's talking about like that. He was in the middle of that big fight in the nightclub. And he says, "Everybody turn around and sued me because you're the one with the money."
Yep. So that's why if you're rich and you're going out, man, you need to have 3 friends, right? One guy, that's the guy that's fighting. The other guy, that's the guy that's gonna take the fucking blame. And the other guy, that's a motherfucking lawyer who knows how much shit you can get away with before it becomes a fucking problem. All right.
Like, I think it was Caitlyn Jenner that she was on her phone and drove into somebody, and I think they died.
Really?
I think so.
That's bad.
And then wasn't it Prince Philip who drove into a car recently?
Yeah. That was
royalty.
The lady like broke her arm and the car flipped,
Yeah.
and then he just drove home.
Damn. That's almost as bad as that nurse who drove home with a dude in her window.
So, actually, that goes into this other comic that I wanted to talk about. That was there were sprinklings of it. I think people are picking up on it. So, in this week's Venom that came out.
Yeah.
The big news was that the little boy that was being passed off as Brock's brother is actually his son. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I don't know what's going on with that. So as a result of that, people have actually been trying to buy Venom #9. There's an animation variant with the grunge type freaking Spider-Man on the cover. I don't know why. I don't know whether people think that Dylan Brock or whatever has some type of superpowers or whatever, but people have been buying it just for that.
That would be interesting if he knocked up somebody while he's attached to the symbiote. If some of that's going to get passed on to his offspring.
That's actually a pretty good point because the boy, he's maybe 7 or 8 years old, so that would actually make sense. And the only reason why I bring up that as a SKU is because the whole storyline has been that Brock's father was pissed off at Brock because Brock, when he was like a teenager, he got into an accident, killed a kid, and then Brock's father actually had to pay a whole bunch of money so that Brock wouldn't go to jail. And as a result, he was always resentful toward Brock and everything. So yeah, that's actually a good point of what might actually be happening is that people might think that the kid might actually have some type of symbiote superpowers.
Yeah, I mean, like that would make him like not like a symbiote where it, in various iterations we've seen it attached to Brock like down to almost a genetic level. But if this kid's born with it, he's a true hybrid symbiote. He's something new entirely.
164, the little baby. Did that anything to do with it? Remember Venom 164?
What was on that?
The Venom 164 had a birth of a stillborn Venom baby.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he's pulling from that. Because I'll tell you right now, man, I love everything Donny Cates touches.
Oh, if it's Casey's pulling from. If it's Casey's pulling from. I told him in NY Comic Con. What I say, Jimmy? He's the Alamo of comic training.
Dude, he reminds me of like a Kurt Busiek. Just like he's got so much lore and he knows how to build on it.
He definitely knows his stuff. And he had a signing out here in Midtown. I think it was Thursday, and he took the time to go to this line. Had to be from here to Albuquerque. He took time to go in the line and give everybody high fives and stop time to talk to everybody.
Nice.
So he's cool. Cates is definitely cool.
I'll tell you who else is cool. Brian Stillfreeze. Right?
We'll say that again, Jimmy.
He's getting death threats.
What?
Why?
I don't know. That's what he's tweeting about. He's like, people are sending me death threats because of Venom. Blah,
what?
Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't subscribe to his nonsense. I don't know. Maybe he's just doing some LSD or something. I don't know.
Is there a YouTube link?
All I know is R. Kelly's in jail, and we got Donny Cates talking about people sending him.
I don't know. The only crazy thing I've seen from Donny Cates is him claiming that Aaron is the guy who destroyed Thor is like the best writer at Marvel.
Well, he said, just saw that I've received multiple death/injury threats over Venom 11. So a few things. 1, I'm not changing my plans for these characters. 2, threatening my life or injury to me is not the way to champion your cause. 3, shipping is fine, but this is insane.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't know what he's going on about, but this is what he tweeted out today.
Why would people be sending him death threats over Venom 11? That makes no sense.
People wanted him to make Venom and Brock lovers, not just like partners, because he's like, because and several times he's like, I thought you loved me, this kind of thing. So they basically want to make Venom like a gay symbiote thing. It's like, it's not even a person, man. It can't be gay. Like,
but here's
people are crazy out there.
Yeah, here's the thing. That's not even the original symbiote, right? Because the original symbiote has combined with Crawl or whatever the frick his name is. This is like some other freaking symbiote that was captured. So for them to go at him hard about this, that doesn't even make any sense. They need to read their shit.
Yeah, they don't know the lore. They just jump on whatever.
Lucas, is there a YouTube link? People are asking me.
Is there a YouTube link? Yeah. Hey, just type in Hammered Heroes.
Okay, go on. Hammered
Heroes. Or it should be Comic Crusaders Hammered Heroes, and it'll be there.
Hammered Heroes, a kick-ass card game for drunks. Oh, okay.
I'll be back in just a moment, gentlemen.
Go ahead, man. Go make that money, man.
Okay,
where they asking? Where they asking it? Are they asking it like MeWe or some shit like that?
Oh, we got to promote this because we only got 4 people listening.
We can't promote this.
We're gonna promote this.
Hammered Heroes. Yeah, just type that in.
Yeah, like Comic Crusader Hammered Heroes.
Comic Crusade. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing a lot of Mel stuff. Oh, there it is.
What the fuck? Let me post this in a couple of places. Let's get it popping. I'm drunk now.
Yeah, I had a bunch of edibles, and then I was at a wedding.
Who got married?
And then I kept having more at the wedding, and then everybody kept looking at me because I kept making noise, and I kept blaming my brother-in-law, and he got all mad at me.
Wait, your sister got married again?
No, my sister didn't get married again. And then he's all mad at me. He's like, "You haven't seen the baby." It's like, "Why am I not gonna go see a fucking baby? Like, what's the point of seeing a baby?" Anyways,
whose fucking wedding was your cousin?
yeah, my cousin got married, and then all my other cousins were there, and then I got like a big barrage of like, "Oh, you'll come to this wedding, but not to my wedding." It's like, yeah, like put it together. Then the one guy was like,
"Why did you agree to go?"
He's like, "Donald, you know what? I tried to get out of it, but I was forced." And then like Donald Trump apparently won the election because my cousin was wearing his wedding ring. That's a real thing that he said. Yeah, I don't know. It was bad news. It was bad news all around.
You're waiting for watchers now. But so listen, you don't go outside. You hate fucking people. You hate your family. Your family hates you, and you decided to go to this wedding.
No, I like that's what they kept saying. They kept saying like, "Oh, it was so nice of you to show up."
Like real sarcastic.
Yeah. It was like, okay, well, like, yeah.
Don't invite me to shit. Dude. The fuck.
Hey, was there booze? Was there booze there?
Yeah, there was, but I mean, this guy has me covered.
Fuck yeah, I'm
like,
showing up then.
This has me covered for a good like 2 years of family Christmases, I think. So
yeah, you're good.
We're good, yeah.
Weddings count for at least 2 years, and it's not calling or nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Hey, like at my wedding, man, there were people that I have never seen on my wife's side of the family, but sure enough, during the wedding, man, all those motherfuckers showed up. Drunk all the alcohol. Brought more alcohol, drunk all that shit. Had to go to the Walmart down the street, get more alcohol. But hey,
you said you're in Virginia, right?
Yep, Virginia, in the Washington D.C. area.
What?
Yeah, man. So there's what we call the D.C. metro area, right? There's it's like a half an hour freaking radius, right? Where we got Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. So I work and live all in that area, man. So you could be within all three of those states within like 10 minutes of each other, man. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't go to all the comic book shops out there because.
What's your main store?
My main store is 4 Color Fantasies. That's in Winchester. It's about an hour away from DC, but they take care of me, man.
I'm looking at that right now. 4 Color Fantasy. Oh, it's a nice shop.
It's a tool shit, but you know what? But they're good peoples. You know they hook me up, man. Freaking when it comes to the FLC, they work with me. They work with me as much as they can. You know.
You better dig in these fucking long boxes here.
Oh, trust me. So here's the deal. So here's the deal, and I love to promote these guys. So here's the deal, right? So I think it's for every $10 you spend, you get this funny money, right? You get like $1 in funny money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you can do is you can save that up and you can buy back issues with that, right? So even if you got like $100 freaking back issue book, you could take that you could take your $100 in funny money and buy that $100 and shit. You know what I mean? So I'll save up like $200, $300, then go in that back closet, dig on my fucking knees and everything and under the shit, and find some good shit, man. And there's just so much stuff in there that just hasn't been piled through. And the reason why I don't care about freaking letting everybody know is because guess what? It's in the middle of the fucking mountains, baby. I dare you to come out to my neck of the woods and freaking clean them out. I dare you. Go ahead.
What's going on here? You got t-shirts, shit, pop vinyls. It's a big store. It's not shit. I'm pretty sure it's bigger than anything Canada has ever seen.
No.
Yeah, right.
Dude, Wes's warehouse. I went there this week. Wes's warehouse is huge.
I forgot about Wes. When's he coming back on the show?
I don't know. He wasn't even there at the store. And then he sent me text today being like, "Yes, I was doing my other full-time job, buying books." And then I just said, "Bullshit." Like I know where you were and you weren't there. But anyway.
How was that show you did last week?
I don't know. I got sick and had to leave.
Yeah.
So
you told me.
It wasn't that great.
I'm not used to talking to you on a fucking weekend.
What did I buy? Did I buy anything good at that show? I bought that Batman second print 9/8. whatever.
All right, I am free to talk as long as I want.
Gary Nestor says, "Wait, a podcast where Jim is complaining. Sign me up." Hey, welcome, Gary. Hey, Clint Johnson, Mel, you're gonna buy that? Buy what the fuck is this? Buy this.
Listen, Clint, my people said, my man Doc Joe in the building. So now we got some listeners.
Hey, yep. Hey, so Jesus, Gary, Clint, hey, welcome to Hammered Heroes, man.
Oh, Jesus is me.
Hey, yep. Hey, Jesus, you. Hey, welcome. Hey, welcome to. I'm drunk as fuck, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm drunk as fuck. Hey,
Great stuff.
hey, where we ain't doing nothing but getting drunk, talking shit. Jimmy claims he ain't drunk or high, man, but he's talking all types of shit anyway. So that's
welcome to Hammered Heroes.
Hey, and welcome. Hey, we got Jeff Bracey. He's from Comic Crusaders, one of the senior writers over there. He's working in on our show at the same damn time.
Multitasking, baby.
Yeah, man. Freaking love you, y'all. So y'all missed some good shit from Al Mega, man. So we're gonna try and
Al Mega's a funny
yeah, he is a funny motherfucker. So we're gonna try and post a video of this shit either tomorrow or Monday, so you guys can freaking take some time to listen to shit. But you know what, man? I think we've been talking about some good shit, man. Fucking from toys, comics, to all this good shit so far, man.
How the fuck did he get in? How the fuck Al got in the fucking toy fair? I've been trying to get a toy fair for 3 years.
Well, you know, he's got all the motherfucking connections, man. Fucking, he's just all over the fucking place. He's got that energy. So, so Clint, hey, that was a good one, man. Fucking, I was actually something I wanted to talk about is that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, right? She is the junior congresswoman, but she's been all over the damn place, man. Fucking, because she is a social, yeah. Hey,
what guys? Hey, come on.
I'm gonna be straight. I respect women. I respect all they do for us, but goddamn, hey, when you look good, and she's doing her thing. She's got some crazy idea that she wants to put through, but guess what?
She wants to ban cows, my dude.
I know, man. I know.
She wants to ban flying cows.
I know.
Yeah,
she's got.
All houses
have her eyes, man. Her eyes.
Look. I don't.
So
I don't agree with everything she's saying, but I'm gonna listen to her no way. So. Let me start.
All houses have to be green in 4 years.
No, let him finish his thing because
I
at first thought he was coming at negative about how she's crazy, but now it seems like he's not doing that. So I'd like to hear it before we all.
No. Because I don't want these SJWs to come at me all crazy.
Bro, this is gonna be the first time I'm agree with fucking 2 white people. So go ahead.
Okay, how about this? Mira, Alejandro Ocasio-Cortez es muy rico, man. Me encanta que tú es muy inteligente.
That's what she's doing. She's doing a better job than Jesse Smollett did.
Yeah, man. Look.
That guy.
No, but the Jesse Smollett thing, you know, his aunt is Kamala Harris.
No way.
And there's some big there's a big conspiracy that she was the first person he contacted about it, and she passed a law about this like immediately, or she proposed a bill almost immediately, and then so it's her and Cory Booker. I think that's his name. Is that the one who's?
I think that's the one. Yeah.
I like Cory Booker.
Yeah, he's gay. He's not actually dating Rosea Dawson. I mean, let's be real.
I like him.
But and if he's lying about
he's
that,
not dating
what
her,
else
that means she's free.
No, yeah, 100%. That's a beard. Like 100%, that's a beard. But
oh my god, if I was gay, that would change me.
But yeah, that's all I have.
Rosario, baby.
She ran through one of the Daytona 500, man.
So the deal is, and this is what Clint posted in our little YouTube chat, is that there is a comic book that's being printed out by who the fuck is the publisher? Is it Devil Comics?
Yeah, it's Devil's Due.
Is that?
Yeah, Devil's Due.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Some fucking thing I've never heard of.
Well, they published Hack and Slash, and they've published a few other things. Tim Seeley is involved in this, which seems interesting. But I mean, it's not in the book I would pick up.
No.
It's going to be her first appearance, man.
Of what?
You know,
Of
you know,
AOC in the
I don't think
comic.
it will be her first appearance because I wouldn't be surprised if she showed up in My Hero Macadamia 2.
He's right.
No, I mean that. I mean, I don't think she was in the first. I don't think she was in the first issue, but after reading the first issue, and it parodies like Dan Slott's in there, like a bunch. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't in that.
Yeah,
So
I don't care. I don't care what side you happen to be on. That My Hero Macadamia is pretty damn funny.
I know.
Especially if you read the the manga.
Yeah.
Like eat my hair, and he gives him the whole toupee.
I picked up the Trump issue based on what this fucking Jimmy guy told me to do, and I did great on them. They sold very well.
Well, no, I did a variant, and I sell those all day long, like all week. I sell them.
Why
Every week.
Why you ain't send me none?
I sold them. I gave them in the Patreon.
Okay, am I not a part of the Patreon?
No.
I am one of the reasons the Patreon exists. You fucking idiot.
Okay, well, no, you're not.
You send me a copy, you fucking moron.
No, you can have this copy that I have here. That's like tattered and shit.
No, I don't want tattered and shit copy. Do I give you tattered shit work every Wednesday? No, I don't. I give you great shit. So give me a mint copy.
I don't know, man.
And for a beautiful moment, he was agreeing with white people, and then it all ended.
Well, this is why I don't always agree with.
Hey, Bill and Jimmy, if you get a chance, go ahead and post a link to your Patreon inside the YouTube chat.
He's always sending me like stuff where he agrees with white people. Like that's all he does. He thinks that's all I care about is him being like, "Oh yeah, I just saw this. You see this? Yeah, okay."
It's absolutely not true.
Yeah, it was. You sent me literally a picture of the poster for the new John Travolta movie.
What the fuck does that do anything? You fucking idiot!
But oh my goodness, come on!
That sounds like when black people have their token white friend, and he's always just like trying to make sure he's like,
hey, for any of my black people that are listening, I don't care what you do. Stop what you're doing and make sure that you get that one white friend, because you know when you go out, you're gonna get in trouble, and you need somebody to talk to the cops.
That's a game plan. That's game plan.
No, fuck that. Jimmy is probably trying to get me locked up, so I'm
That's true. No, I'm trying to find one of these texts where you sent me about nonsense.
I'm drafting Jeff as my new white friend.
Word.
Good.
Jeff gonna get me out of trouble.
I'm with you, brother.
Hey, Gary and Clint, what are you guys drinking? Oh, and hey, Joe Seaburn, what's up, baby?
Big Joe, baby. That's Dr. Joe.
Go ahead and post what you're drinking in the chat.
Dr. Joe's one of the greatest people I've ever met in this comic book world. Great.
Yeah, like you sent me Jesse Summit stuff like on Tuesday.
Oh, he's a fucking idiot.
And then my response was like, I've been tweeting about this for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Was my response.
I think the Jesse Summit shit is some bullshit. He fucked up racial shit. We were coming together as a people. He just set us back 15 years.
See, that shit makes me so mad. Because there's enough real racism out there and other problems that you don't need to fake it. And whenever I see one of these stories and you find out this didn't happen to this person, and they drew the swastika themselves. Now he paid somebody to fake beat him up. I was like, what the fuck, man? Because the repercussions, you could get somebody killed. Some dude wandering around with his little MAGA hat, mind his own business. He gets jumped and beaten, curb stomped, and that's on you.
I mean,
because you helped incite that hate.
If he had a MAGA hat on the rope in his hand, he deserved to get fucked up. Walking around.
So speaking of manga, I wanted to bring this one up. So there is a company called Kawaii-kan Manhwa, which is a Chinese digital comic freaking whatever, right?
Okay.
And what they want to do is they want to become like Marvel, right? Where they're printing out comic books and then they're bumping up to doing animation and movies and all this other stuff, right? And the reason why all of a sudden there's this pressure on them to do that is because Stan Lee, right before he passed away, God bless him, he created this one character called the Wave, which is an Asian character, right? So in the spring sometime, there's supposed to be the War of the Realms, right? War of the Realms #1, and Silk is supposed to be in there, and Chen, what is his name? Chen Ho, I'm talking about the Hulk that was Asian. I forget what the freak.
Amadeus Cho. Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
I think he's supposed to be in there and some other Asian characters. And then somewhere along there in the War of the Realms, that's supposed to be the first appearance of Wave, right? So they've already got a head start. But this company, Kwai-Kwan Manhwa, they're saying, hey, we got 10 billion freaking readers. How the hell are we not capitalizing on this age where comics are doing well?
Because they didn't capitalize the Chinese Superman. That's why.
You know, if
Does
China
anybody
was
actually read
smart,
that shit?
What, Chinese Superman?
read a few
Oh, I
issues.
got a stockpile of those Chinese Superman.
I wasn't supposed to be the one to read it. Chinese people was.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I
That
heard that
book's
there was
not
a
for
big.
you.
I heard there was a big market in China ready to read comic books, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna make Chinese Superman." I mean, it sounded like an okay spec to me.
You know, like
Well, you never know,
it's
man.
not
It might
it's
happen.
not a bad idea when you get right down to it, and like you know, China being so total control, totalitarian as this.
Well,
You know, if they could get in there and they could be like our comics during World War One, they could or World War Two, total propaganda machine for them.
right. Well,
And it would
I
give
got
people some escapism at the same time.
I got 3 points that follows up on your point, Jeff and Jimmy. Skyscraper, Megalodon, and Crazy Rich Asians. These are movies that are made in Asia, right? And they did extremely well.
Was
That's the
Crazy
big market nowadays.
Yeah,
made in Asia though?
made in Asia. Every
Was
single
it
one of
though?
those. Yes, every
Crazy
single
Rich
one.
Asians was made in Asia. It wasn't made here for an
No,
Asian market.
no.
Okay.
No, it was me. Come on, Green. Are you being
No, I'm just
sarcastic?
asking. That's my.
I mean,
understanding.
it makes sense because you can film so much cheaper over there.
Right.
Well, it says
So it
when I
makes
look-
sense for a
on
company to go over there.
Wikipedia though calls it an American romantic comedy.
Well, it might be an American production, but it could have still been made in China or
Okay.
Asia.
I don't know. I haven't watched that movie, but I have heard like really positive things about it.
What, the Crazy Rich Asian?
Yeah.
I
And
watched
what-
that.
I haven't either, but I really do want to watch it. So as soon as it
I
comes
watched
out,
that-
I'll probably watch it.
I feel like it would be like me watching
Black Panther.
What Women Want or whatever.
I think I might watch it because that guy from The Hangover's in there, Ken Ho or whatever his name is. Because I just watched his comedy special on
Yeah.
Netflix, and that was pretty freaking hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Jeff, have you seen
Love it.
Black Panther?
Seen what?
Black Panther.
Yeah, man.
How did you like it?
For the most part, I loved it. The part that fell apart for me was like the third act. Up until the third act, I was really, really into it, and most of that is because of the bad CGI and the dark, which sucked. I like it. It
Right.
just looked like PlayStation, but bad PlayStation.
Right. Yeah.
Bad. I hate bad PlayStation, man.
Are you talking about when they were like going through like
So
the casino?
Yeah, when we're like you got these guys wearing black suits, and what do? You stick them down in the fucking mountain underground where there's no light, and then like a railway passes by, so you get a strobe. Like, oh well, that was great to see.
you
That
know
was stupid,
that
bad decision.
that is a perfect point that's been an issue for some of these Marvel movies. So you got Black Panther, and then there was the Venom movie, right, where you got these blobs and figures hitting each other, but you can't really tell, right?
See, that was one of the great things about Black Panther initially, is there was so much color in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, like a big criticism of a lot of these movies, both Marvel and DC, is the heroes are all fighting a bunch of faceless, nameless, gray enemies, usually with a gray boss. I mean, you look at Steppenwolf, you look at Doomsday, they're gray. As much as like Ultron, he's a silver gray. You know, Loki's minions, the Chitauri, they're all fucking gray. There's just, it just kind of gets lost in the mix. But, you know, you have the fight in Wakanda, man, and like, you know, the Majadore, they're all in red, and like all those dudes that, you know, the guy who betrays them, like they're all in blue, you know, like, that's one of the things I loved most about Black Panther is there was so much vibrant color in it. So when you had the opening scene where the Black Panther is attacking the Jeep at night, at first I was down. I was like, oh, I don't like that. But then I started thinking like, okay, they're building him up as the Black Panther. You're getting the perspective of the slavers that they can't see him coming. He's coming out of the dark. I was like, all right, I get that. Because later on you get to see him in action. But then they ruin the final fight by sticking him in the friggin' strobe underground subway. You're like, no! Because I'm so into not only just movies and comic book
right,
movies, but I'm into martial arts. I want to see the techniques.
Right. So that's been an issue with a lot of movies. However, there was a movie that I saw today that changed that and showed me that how great it could be, and it's called How to Train Your Dragons Part 3.
I haven't seen that
They
yet.
actually, I know people haven't seen it yet, but if you are inclined, go ahead and see it. It was great. Didn't get any of that exposition bullshit, crying bullshit, even though I did hear a couple sniffles in the back of me. But it was pretty good. Went through the sequences pretty damn quick. And then there was some really great fight scenes where you could tell what was going on. So Marvel, when it comes to all these little fight scenes, they need to take some lessons from Train Your Dragon 3 and integrate that into some of their movies, because even in some of the Netflix Marvel joints, it's the same thing. I just see blobs and fists and whatever going around.
Look at what the Russo brothers did. The Russo brothers know how to manage fights, both individual fights and large-scale fights. And you can always see what's going on. Everything from, Civil War to the Winter Soldier to Endgame, they handle that shit. They know how to frame it up and make sure you can really appreciate the action. And everybody should take some notes from that, because bad fight scenes have ruined entire series for me. Like the Transformers series, it started off like where you could really enjoy it. I mean, you have that epic fight with like Optimus versus Megatron and the other guy, and then it becomes like super quick cuts. It becomes the Bourne series.
Jeff, that is
going on anymore.
I want to stop you right there, because that is a great point, and that's an issue that I've had with some of these Transformer movies. In the cartoons, when you saw them fighting, it was a whole bunch of lasers, right? Laser hitting this guy and this guy.
Yeah.
In these movies, they've been trying to throw punches, but these punches just turns into metal blobs hitting at each other.
My whole problem I have with the Transformers movie, I don't know who the fuck they are. None of the characters look like, but I heard the beginning of Bumblebee, they look like who the fuck they are.
Yeah, they went back with G1.
Why the fuck this kid keep it as G1? They look great.
Actually, they had talked about that early in the plotting of the Transformers, and they decided like nobody's going to go for G1, even though the fans are there. They're always thinking the wider context of the normies. We got to bring in the normies. The fans alone aren't going to be enough. Not if you want to make a real tentpole franchise.
Well, that's just stupid.
So that's why we end up with the Bayformers, and they were okay for a while until they started getting like crazy acrobatic, and they're changing shape as they're fighting, and you just can't keep up with it. We can't process that much.
Yeah. So I want to talk to something that Gary's talking about Chinese, bringing in Chinese and Indian stars. Netflix, I think they caught on to that. So what Gary is basically saying, what you'll see now are much more multi-international products with Chinese stars and Indian stars. They're going to try to conquer as many markets as possible. Netflix has been doing that. So me and Jeff, we love our horror, right?
Did you watch the new Triple X movie?
I can't watch that shit, man. Look, here's
no, but look at the top ranked actors for the most recent Triple X movie. We have Vin Diesel, we have Preeta Chopra, who is like the biggest star in Bollywood. Then we got Donnie Chen, who is one of the biggest martial art actors in China. That movie did really well, but then you look at how it did in North America, and it did shit. Nobody saw it.
Right.
So
look, I'm not saying that it's not good for people that like that shit, but for me,
no, I agree with you. I'm just saying
I can't do the whole.
There. It's just not North America.
I'm an old ass dude.
There's actually
with a special set of skills. I can't do that shit. I'm sorry. And sometimes the bullets hit to fall into your chest, dude. I'm sorry.
Now, there's actually a reason from that. What I'm understanding from my research is that Hollywood is aiming their movies more and more for big markets like Asia. And that's one of the reasons why we're getting these really dumbed down plots, because they're targeting people who don't necessarily speak English, but they still want to go see the spectacle. So they've got to have a story they can follow without necessarily being able to read all the subtitles or understand the words.
Got it. Yeah, but when it comes to
we suffer.
Right. No, so the action movies I could give a fuck about because I'm not gonna watch that shit anyway. It's these horror movies, man. Like, dude, I'm spending what $15 for Netflix for these horror movies,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them okay, but then I forget the name of these freaking movies. There's like at least 5 or 6 on there. They're about these transgendered guys, and they're running into ghosts and shit, man. That shit's too complicated, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dumb and down.
I can't deal with 72 genders.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. There's like 4 different genders in one fucking movie, and then all of a sudden they break out into a musical. I can't deal with that shit, man. I appreciate the effort. Just bring it down a little for me. You know,
Then they make Jason Voorhees damn out.
Did you see that?
They tried to do that shit with Leatherface.
Did you see that that 3-part series, that Muslim horror series they did?
Which one?
Because like it was dealing with like jinn and stuff. These people were in this military installation. They were dealing with like rebels.
Yes,
that was some good shit.
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I forget the
God,
name
I can't
of it.
remember the name of it.
It was
right
like
now.
Camp 41 or Camp something. That was a good.
What was the name of that Korean movie? And the motherfucker was on the train.
The Train to Busan.
That was
good. Yeah,
that shit was great.
I think you mean
there was
44.
there was also a version of Wreck, but it was in Turkey.
No, the Spanish version of Wreck was great.
Yeah, but there's a continuation where it's in Turkey and it was at a wedding. That shit was good too. So there's some international horror out there that's good shit, man.
There's a few years back, a couple of guys made a really great zombie movie called The Dead, and they shot it in Africa.
Yeah, that was good too.
That was like
because where the fuck you gonna hide? You can't hide in a fucking house because all they got is huts.
Yeah, it's like there's just open plains everywhere, and even those
zombies try to hide up in the trees and shit. Oh, you gonna try to hide it up in the tree? Guess what? There's a line up there.
The best scene in the movie. There's like they're the old school, the slow Romero zombies, and this guy finds a Jeep and he's trying to get the Jeep started, and the Jeep's not ready to start, and so he's trying to fix it. And in the background, you just see these motherfuckers getting closer and closer, and the tension is building. You're like, oh shit! You need to either run or get this Jeep working, or you're gonna get surrounded.
You can't have lions in Africa. Zombies in Africa. Them lions will tear that ass up.
There's some things about that.
Lunch. You know what a zombie movie called? Africa's called? It's called Lunch.
Well, there's theories about that, because if you look at it practically, a zombie, if he was affected by all the things that would eat a zombie, wouldn't last more than a week. You know, like a body in the woods is down to bones in a week on like the summertime. So the theory is that whatever it is that produces the zombie keeps other critters from eating it, and it keeps everything from like flies laying eggs on it to bacteria breaking it down. That's why zombies last so long.
So lions wouldn't eat a zombie.
Lions wouldn't eat a zombie, according to a theory.
Oh, they were fun.
Like I remember what I got now. I got from the Max Brooks books, the World War Z.
Okay.
Forget that shitty movie.
What's going on with these zombie deers?
Haven't heard this one. I did see zombievers.
Scientists worry brain-wasting zombie deer disease could spread to humans. As of January 2019, 251 countries in 24 counties in 24 states reported CWD in high-ranging deer and elk.
Right.
Sounds like
so this is a real thing.
Right. Some of those shits are here in Virginia already, but I don't know what the fuck that means.
So I'm not reading more mad cow kind of stuff, man. Don't eat. Don't.
Well,
I don't like stop hunting. You can't eat no more.
Are they talking about that?
I saw this video of one of the deers, and it has all these like sores growing out of it. It looked gnarly.
Gnarly.
But again, no, because it looked like a zombie. It looks like a zombie,
dude.
So I don't know.
Hopefully, it's not that parasite that that parasite that can control like bugs and shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not that shit, man.
See, in my universe, I actually had this comic book project. I've been like kind of fleshing out for a long time. It was called Attack of the Zombie Dinosaurs, and I was like, how do I want my zombies to work? And after doing a bunch of research, I decided that I wouldn't go viral. I would go parasite, because there are parasitic organisms out there that can change critters' DNA and basically zombify them. Some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, man. Fucking it's pretty crazy. Like I forget what the name of this fucking movie was, but there's a lab in Ruston where the freaking it was the first instance of pigs to fucking monkeys or some shit. And actually, it was what's that actor's name? Hoffman?
Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, and he did a virus movie or some shit.
Oh, that was Outbreak.
Outbreak, yeah.
Yeah, and it was that movie was based off of what happened to this laboratory out in Ruston or some shit.
Ah.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking
Dustin
crazy.
Hoffman goes to Africa and he catches a monkey, and then he
Right.
brings the monkey back, and it's and like that movie. When you think about it, it has the exact same plot of arachnophobia.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, except for because I think it was like a couple years ago when that whole Ebola thing started popping off, and I had actually read the actual laboratory study, and it was talking about how it was on a plane where the pig virus somehow jumped from the pig to the freaking simians, and they were talking about how you had to have more than a mask, you had to have the eyes covered and all that other shit. And so they were talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, the nurses are fine. No, all they need is the fucking mask to be okay. I was like, I don't know about that because the study says this shit, and my fucking boss was like, yeah, you're fucking crazy, man. On the fucking news they're saying this shit. 3 days later, sure as shit, they figured out that was not the fucking case, man. And then six nurses and one of the doctors had to be brought home because that shit was enough, man.
I remember that. That's
so if you learn anything from this, from this, don't believe the fucking news, man. Read the actual fucking study.
Yeah, that's because that somebody's going to be telling, look, we can't have a panic. Got to play down the story a little bit. The government's sitting there over their shoulders like, yo, don't tell the truth.
Yeah, man. Damn, hey, Gary and Clint. Hey, man, we might have to get you onto Hammered Heroes one of these other days, man. Freaking, if you guys are down.
Hey, Jeff, you've been in the game for a minute. What's your thoughts on comic speculation?
.com.
Like I said before, I was earlier talking about my comic book collection. After the big bust of the 90s, I just stopped speculating. I stopped keeping anything for hopes of future value. Now anything I keep is because it has personal significance to me. You know, whether it's signatures I've collected on comic books, or like right now I'm trying to put together the entire run of ROM from Marvel. That's like my next big get I'm working on. And that's stuff that I'll just pretty much keep. And then, yeah, maybe one day I'll get rid of it. But for right now, I just want it. And so I'm treasure hunting for it. It's
so you
kind of fun.
You don't like the current state of speculation?
No, I like I don't even try to keep up with it. I don't.
Would you get a ROM like number 1? Would you get that signed by Frank Miller?
But Sal Buscema did ROM.
No. The cover's by Frank.
Oh, is it? Oh, well,
Yeah.
if I could.
I'm just curious if you would. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would. I totally would.
Well, when you're working on a couple of you're working in your own independent book, right?
Yeah.
Now, if speculators started speculating in your independent book, how would you take that?
If they started speculating on my book
and making a lot of money off your book, how does that? Why would that make you feel?
I mean, that's just the game.
Would you embrace it?
I don't know. Like I wouldn't denounce it. I think that'd be pretty hypocritical.
Because there's a lot of creators right now going around and denouncing speculators based on the fact that they're making money off their book.
See, I think that's bullshit. You know, you put out the product. Like in the years, the few times I have worked in the industry, I worked as the most comic book artists did. I worked for a page rate. I didn't own any rights to anything, and I accepted the fact that I was working for hire. Now, I understand people who created all these great properties, and they got all upset, like, you know, oh, man, these guys are making all this stuff. And I thought it was great when Marvel actually started doing things like giving you incentives, you know, like you get that 25% profit share back in the day. But my approach with it to it was maybe it's because I've done other things like graphic design, worked on motorcycles, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a mercenary attitude. If I agree to work for you, I agree to work for you, and I'm not going to bitch if whatever I made for you blows up. Then it's on me to go out and make my own thing. And if somebody else can figure out a way to make money off my own thing, which doesn't actually take from me because they have gone out and they've purchased my comic book, then more power to them.
We need more people like you. I want to get you signed somewhere.
Man, I appreciate it.
I'm
like, look, I'm 50 years old. I've been, like I said, I've been reading comic books since I was 8. I've when I applied to Comics Crusaders, I said, like, you know, whoever read my review was like, oh wow, you really had a lot to say about this, and I reviewed this book too. It's like, and here's the perspective I'm coming at. I'm coming at it with like a lot of knowledge, just from somebody who has always been a voracious reader, a voracious comic book reader, an artist myself, a cinemaphile. I'm all about like studying entertainment. Like I've made my own videos, short films and stuff like that. I'm all about the craft of storytelling in whatever venue it is. So I lend that eye to it, and I got paid a really nice compliment the other day because I was a little concerned because I do follow like a lot of the Comicsgate guys, and I'm actually on side with a lot of them. And it's like, you know, I hope the fact that, you know, because even just following them can get you in trouble these days. And I hope that's not a bad deal. And it's like, no, man, you're doing good work here, and the fact that you apply this very honest eye to things, and that I also offer constructive criticism whenever I have, like, you know, this I don't just go like, hey, this sucks, you know, and that guy sucks because he or she or whatever they are is this. You know, I'm trying to do the same thing a lot of those guys are doing, but in a better way.
Explain to me this Comicsgate thing, because Jimmy tried to, and I was lost when he just started.
Okay. Well, like, I'm just thinking if like you can get in trouble for following these people, I'm just afraid to. Some of the emails I've gotten from a few people.
I heard that somebody got swatted.
No, there were two swattings.
Now.
Yeah, like there was
Peter
one today
Cimetti,
and one yesterday.
Yeah, Peter Cimetti, who's not even affiliated with Comicsgate. All Peter wants to do is see all comics succeed. He doesn't care who you are, who you're working for. He's always kind of thinking of ways to get comics out there. And the other person is Edwin Boyette. I don't know what Edwin's role is other than I see him on the live streams.
Wasn't he the publisher of that newsprint comic company?
That's Peter Cimetti. He does alternate comics.
Okay, yeah, because he was also swatted. So I guess that's 3 swats.
So far as I know, like, because Edwin got swatted today and Peter got swatted a few days ago. But here's the lowdown on Comicsgate if you want this, because I started following it before it became Comicsgate. I started following it by watching Captain Cummings because they had the similar impressions, like, oh man, like what is happening to my beloved Marvel Comics? I was seeing a lot of stuff that just didn't make any sense, and that led me into like diversity in comics, and then a few of the other guys who are all affiliated with it, and the majority of it now. I think a lot of the problem started is like diversity in comics, who goes by your boy Zach. His real name is Richard. You know, he's a little salty. You know, when you're starting out a YouTube channel and you're trying to get a little bit of attention, you know, he had a little extra flavor of things. He started, you know, making fun of some of the guys, like calling Mags Visaggio a man in a wig, stuff like that. And that, you know, that didn't fly. That started a whole bunch of like bad feelings. But his intentions were about trying to improve the industry.
That diversity in comics person, he's for diversity in comics or against diversity in comics?
He's actually for it.
Okay.
Because he says like comics have always been diverse. He will go back and not only name off several comic book characters who are diverse, he'll name like a whole bunch of creators who have been involved in comics since the 70s who are diverse. And so he feels like, as many of us do, this big push towards this identity politics and forced diversity is just killing the industry.
Okay.
And you know, unfortunately, the people on the anti-Comicsgate side is they just tune all that out. They won't listen because I'll watch their Twitters. I'll see what they got to say on their videos. Check them out. You know, like keep an open mind. but all you ever hear from them is like, oh, hate speech. Oh, they're haters, a whole bunch of haters. And the things that the Comicscape people don't do, what they don't do is you don't see them doxing. You don't see them calling up people's employers, trying to get them fired, calling them like Nazis or racists or rapists or misogynists or all this stuff. You don't see them swatting anybody. And that's why when I got on the group chat today, I was so furious because somebody has already been killed in a swatting incident. And a poor bastard got killed on his Twitch live stream because that's where it started off, like gaming. People start swatting while somebody's live streaming the game and they think it was funny.
Chris told me about swatting.
And my flat out opinion is now that you're using swatting with a political bent, that's terrorism because you're using fear tactics to modify somebody's behavior. And that's what terrorism is. I have absolutely no respect and nothing but loathing for anybody who would swat, especially after the fact that somebody got killed last year.
I agree. Your thoughts on diverse characters?
I love them. One of my favorite characters growing up was Storm. Is Storm not like the baddest?
I'm talking about characters like a Black Captain America.
Captain America has not always been Captain America. And I thought like when they first put Sam Wilson in, I thought, well, that's natural. Usually the people who get passed off the Captain America mantle, like Bucky and Sam, that makes perfect sense. They're guys who have been in there a while. They're well-known affiliates of Cap. They're people that Cap would have trust with the role. Unlike when they shoved John Walker in because, Cap and the government were having a little thing going on. But even that was an interesting story. So I had no problem with the Black Captain America.
Riri Williams. I'm gonna throw names out there. Riri Williams.
Okay, I have a big problem with Riri Williams. Now, Jim Rhodes made perfect sense to go into Iron Man. He'd been there. He was established. If Tony's going to hand off the armor to anybody, it's going to be somebody he knows he trusts. And like the way Bendis created this character, because the Miles Morales Spider-Man makes sense. He works.
That was my next.
Riri Williams does not work. She just comes out of nowhere. She oh look, I created an Iron Man armor out of spare parts. Well, no, you just kind of copycatted. And all of a sudden out of nowhere, he's going to give you the keys to the kingdom? What? No. Eve Ewing, who, believe me, I was really against Eve Ewing. Not for the reasons you might think, although the fact that, hey, look, she looks like Riri. Let's get somebody to draw write Riri who looks like Riri. That's the stupidest reason ever. And all I knew of her as writing credits was poetry. It's like, can a poet write a story? Now they waited a long time, so I think there was a lot of coaching her on how to write. But you know what? Her Ironheart is way better than anything Bendis did. Eve Ewing has made her a real, legitimate character.
So you're for her?
I'm for her now.
Really?
I didn't like her before. I didn't like her when Bendis was writing her. But for the supposedly one of the smartest people on the planet, he wrote her stupid. How can you write her so stupid? And it's crazy because he knows how to write smart. I was also into the infamous Iron Man, the Dr. Doom Iron Man.
Right.
And they face off, and Doom is coming across like smart and suave, everything you think Doom is. And Riri saying like, yeah, okay, well, what next? So like, what? Where's this like 250 IQ? What is wrong with you?
Well,
Why
here's
can't
a
you
question
write a
for
smart
you.
teenager?
Here's a question for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
I know that you're a Marvel guy.
Yeah.
Have you read any of the Action Comics, Bendis Action Comics, Superman stuff from Bendis lately?
Oh, I can't.
Because it's terrible. It's terrible.
I watched reviews.
It's fucking terrible. What the fuck? Bendis?
The
Get
comics
your
are,
shit together.
Comics
Put your head off your ass, man.
Comics are so expensive right now. I like. It's like going to movies. I like to watch a review before I go out and commit my money. And all the goodwill that they built up for Superman with Rebirth and Super Sons, Bendis is destroying him and damn Dito. Because Dito, he's like the Joe Quesada. There's certain things he doesn't like. And he's like, oh, okay, New 52 didn't work. We'll give you Rebirth. But what has he done? Slowly, he's taken everything right back to Rebirth. He's destroyed the marriage. He's killed off the original Wally West Flash. You know, everything he didn't like is going away again.
Right.
And Bendis, what are you doing, man? It's just like Mark Waid. You know, I have the same thing. Like, I've seen these guys write so good.
Well, see, that's why I find
What
it
are you
funny
doing?
that maybe is it 6 months after Bendis has arrived at DC. DC is going down to 20 to 25 fucking comics a month.
Dude, I still can't
Think
get over
about
Granny Goodness getting Me Too'd by Darkseid. I mean, what
I've
the
been-
fuck?
Yeah.
A smile contest on Apocalypse? Really? Really? They had a fucking bake-off? The swimsuit edition?
A lot of our listeners from Unpressible Defects are here. They don't like Kamala Khan. What's your
fuck them? I don't go.
She started out good. She started out good. The first trade paperback, first two trade paperbacks or so were strong because they were basically kind of redoing Spider-Man a little bit. And I really liked how they were working in the culture. They were working in the culture in a smart way. It was giving you some extra insight if you weren't familiar with Muslim culture at all. I love how they opened up with her growing up an American girl in a very Muslim family. And she's sitting there, you know, at her friend's shop, and she's like, "Oh, delicious infidel meat." And he's like, "You can have it, but you know, it'll cost you your soul." And that was great stuff. That was great character stuff. And then they turned her into like Mrs. Super politically correct, you're all problematic bullshit woman.
Yeah, I can't fuck with the champions though. But
hold on, one question, Lou. Are you ready to see her on the big screen?
Kamala?
Well, she's coming whether you like it or not. She's coming in Captain Marvel.
You know, it's just like I have my trepidation about the Captain Marvel movie, mostly because of Brie Larson, not because of like Kevin Feige. And the Russo brothers are handling some stuff. I can't remember who's directing the Captain Marvel movie. You know, if Brie Larson could keep her mouth shut, a lot more people will go see that movie.
What is she doing? I don't.
She is torpedoing that ship, man. But you know, I'm actually curious to see what they would do with Kamala on the big screen.
No, but like, real talk, Brie Larson. You think she got a boob job?
I can't tell.
Or is it the costume? It might be the costume.
It's probably the costume. But you know, if they were going to pad the chest, they really should have padded that ass. Did you see the article where they got a butt double?
A butt double?
They got a butt double. There was a Yellow Flash or Umbrella guy. One of those guys found like an article where there was a casting call for a blonde-haired body double, specifically with like these kind of butt measurements, because she ain't rocking that Scarlett Johansson in the rear section.
That shit wasn't that popular either.
So I guess you're not going to see it, Jeff, when it first comes out?
Not when it first comes out, no.
How about you?
I did the like I've got a lot of faith in the Marvel movies, even though I am worried. I am a little. This one concerns me a bit.
Which one? Captain
Marvel, just because I'm, and part of it's just because their whole promotion. It's not just Brie Larson. It's also because the trailer. This is one of the first Marvel trailers that just didn't grab me. And then they go and like get really politicized with it, and like it's time for a her. Oh, what? Hero was fine. Hero still has her in it. Hero has he and her in it.
I'm fine with a hero. That's fine. I'm also fine with Churros.
It just comes along, you know, when Brie comes out, so like this is the most feminist movie ever. It was like, God knows, it reminds me how I thought they were going to sink Black Panther, who I was dearly looking forward to that movie. As soon as I heard he was going to be in Civil War, I was so into that because I love T'Challa, especially ever since the Christopher Priest run back in the 90s, man. Like, I always liked Black Panther, but like that really solidified him in my heart as like a great, great hero. And like he just killed it in Civil War. It's like, oh man, I cannot wait for the Black Panther movie. And then, you know, what like the hype machine comes out like, oh, Black Panther is the blackest movie ever. It's super duper blackity black. Everybody's black. Oh, we got the token white guy over there, but everything black. It's like, guys, you were going to like. There was literally people coming out like, hey, white people, don't go opening weekend. Give black people a chance to see. It's like,
I gotta get a timeout right.
No, that did happen though.
That did happen.
There were people tweeting that, and I thought that was funny. were they
That's
real
insane.
tweets or were they parody tweets? I don't know. But there were tweets that said
you know what? But you know what's crazy? In the theater that I went to, there was more Asians than black people in Black Panther. Black Panther was that. But yo,
that's kind of awesome.
As a black person, I loved it. I love to see black people were coming out to see the film.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went to a matinee. I don't think black people should have been like, yo, white people don't go see the movie. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a stupid statement when you figure white people are 63% of the country. Your big box office, your opening box office weekend usually is a big tell on how a movie's going to go. And if it doesn't get a big box office, people kind of lean away from going to see it right away, which hurts the movie overall. So going out there, whether as a parody or not, and telling like, hey, white people, don't go opening weekend when black people in general are only like 16% of this country is guaranteeing a failure of the movie. It's like, no, they should be like, everybody go out. White people, get your token black friends. Black people, get your token white friends. Everybody go see this movie.
Let me ask
a Chinese dude.
You think it was more black people to see the movie than white people?
We got more white people in the country, and so considering that it made like $1 billion or whatever, yeah, I think a lot of white people went to see it. Obviously.
Really?
Yeah.
We had
Look, I live in South Carolina, and there was like tons of white people in there to watch that movie.
We had this argument in the barbershop here in New York. And they were saying that it was more black people to go see the Black Panther than white people.
I guess it kind of depends on where you're at. Like,
I was like, maybe.
It's funny because, like, when I went to see, I grew up in a little town called Dillon, really, really teeny tiny town, right? And we only had one theater and only had like a couple of screens.
How far is that from Anderson?
I'm not sure. It's about like from Myrtle Beach, it's about 68 miles.
My people's from Anderson.
We're 7 miles from the North Carolina border.
Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Roland is the next town up, basically.
Okay.
You know, south of the border, all that stuff. And it was interesting having a small town where you've got a pretty even white and black population. Like, you know, there'd be and parents used to just drop us off at the movie theater, like the mall, because we didn't have a mall. And so, like, and you wouldn't know anything about these movies because, like, you know, it's the 80s. We don't have the internet and all that. And, like, you go see a movie like, this poster looks cool. I'll go see that. So I didn't know shit about Prince. And me and my brothers go to see Purple Rain, man. And we were, like, the only white people in there. And, like, a sea of black people everywhere. I was like, all right, well, I bought the ticket. I'm settling in. And man, like the first song plays and they cranked up that music so loud, I literally could not even hear the words of the song, but the whole place was just rocking and jamming. And they cut it back down to like normal volume for the rest of the movie. And that was like one of the coolest experiences I ever had. It made me a huge fan of Prince.
This motherfucker Jimmy, he ain't never seen Juice. He never seen New Jack City.
What? I've seen Juice. What do you mean? What? I haven't seen movies that like what? I've seen every movie Tupac is in. Okay, that's number one. Haven't seen Juice. What is wrong with you?
New Jack City?
I don't know.
You never seen it, you lying motherfucker.
I don't remember it, but it's possible.
You never seen Juice?
I've definitely seen Juice.
What was Juice about?
Next, you're gonna tell me I haven't seen Belly or that movie.
Here you go. New Jack City. You'll remember this line. I want to kill you so bad my dick is hard.
He don't know.
I don't think I saw that movie. But I definitely have seen Juice. I mean, how is that even a thing?
Motherfucker, you never seen Juice.
But I mean, I was excited for the new Shaft movie, and you told me there was no new Shaft movie, and I told you that like 8 months ago. You remember that?
Stupid. Why the fuck? Why
oh yeah, no, the new trailer looks shitty, but I told you about it 8 months ago.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, man.
All right, hey, Hammered Heroes. Hey, this is the first appearance of my motherfucking wife.
Hey!
Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Hey, for those who are wondering, this shit ain't mine. That's all her shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Funko Pop.
That fucking $80 doll. What were you thinking?
I'm not trying to hate on you, man. Not trying to hate on you.
He's asking about her. Hey, don't be getting all lovey-dovey with his vibrator.
Like I don't understand the appeal of Funko Pops. Like I'm all about like really highly detailed sculpts and articulation myself. That's my thing.
Yeah.
But those
yeah,
chibis, those chibis, yeah, I don't know.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna try and get my hands on one of those dials that Almega was talking about, the blade from from Mesco. I
Now is
need to get my hand
that
on one.
when you guys were saying blade? That's you talking about Puppet Master?
No, blade as in Wesley Snipes blade.
Oh,
So there was
sweet.
there was a what do you call it, an action figure that came out
Because I
at the
didn't know
Toy
Marvel
Fair
had
that
licensed out
they passed
anything.
out, and it's going from like $90 to $400 right now.
Okay, because I didn't realize Marvel had licensed out anything for
Yeah, $90
Mezco.
already for some shit that they got for free.
Oh man,
Yo, he know his shit. He know about the press passes and shit. What the fuck?
Singing it.
You better go tender that, bro. I expect you to be logging off about 15 minutes.
Hey.
Huh?
Yeah, it is. The cases of all the cases of what it is, man. You know. Hey. So yeah, what we got in the chat? Return to Coulson's best movie of the year, and then aggressively relaxing. Who the fuck was that? Said he saw Black Panther at a drive-in in Atlanta, and was
oh
fucking
man,
hyped.
I wish we had drive-ins around here.
Oh, so that's another thing I wanted to pump. So
I love drive-ins.
Hey, so from an hour from DC and in a city called Winchester, is basically the same city as Four Color Fantasies. There is a drive-in. It's called Family Drive-In, right? And for $8, you can see a double feature, right? They don't,
Nice.
they don't open up till March, I believe, but you can see a double feature. And you got all types of food in there. The food is cheap and it's great, man. If you're the type of person like me, where you can't just log off, you like to have your laptop with you, your phone and shit, all that shit. Drive-in is the best thing for me, man. They even got like a playground where the fucking kids can run around and get in all types of trouble and shit, man. And then during Halloween and shit, they got this whole big freaking event where they got the fucking scary woods dressed up and shit, man. It's fucking nuts out there. It's like 600 motherfucking people out there doing trunk or treat, going to the fucking woods, getting all fucking drunk.
I ain't doing that shit.
Oh man.
Hey man, it's fucking good shit though.
I spent 10 years working in the haunted attractions industry.
Did you write the stories for him? I want to hear the, like you do the escape room. Did you write those or did you just follow suit?
No, my boss.
Hey, once again, what's the website and the location again for the people that just joined us, Jeff?
Oh, for like my DeviantArt or the business here.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Damn, motherfucker! I gave you a chance to fucking plug your shit. You just gonna fucking run off? God damn!
I gotta be 100% honest. If I did, it wasn't gonna be me. I didn't think you had a white one.
Oh no, she's not white, man. She's Mexican.
Do you think you had a Mexican way?
Hey, just
you pivot.
Huh?
So you pivot right now.
Yeah, I had to go grab me a rat card. All right, let's see. It is the Carolina Escape Games, so www.carolinaescapegames.com. And we are on the Grand Strand in lovely South Carolina. So if you guys like to come down to Myrtle Beach, just head a little bit further south and you can hit up at my location here. Or we have an affiliate location in the heart of Myrtle Beach, right around the corner from the Ripley's Museum, next to where the pavilion used to be.
Yo, we're gonna promote that definitely on Principal Defects on Wednesday night.
And hey Jeff, you need to talk to your boss, man, and get us a coupon code or some shit for the.
We have the cheapest escape game anywhere on the Grand Strand, and so we just don't offer any coupons.
Hey, my nigga, but hey, I'm serious. I mean, you pumping it on here, man. You got to help us out, man. Fucking give me a reason to drive all the way to down there and shit.
CC
I understand it's cheap.
CC Teams comes down. We'll work something out. But a lot of these escape games can run for like ours is $25 plus tax for our hour, whereas some of these other places go like to $35 or $40
an hour. We had $60 for fucking 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, New York, baby.
Dang. Was it just one room too? Because that would really
Nah,
suck.
it was a big ass room of different sectors. They did a great job how they did it.
Are you in New York?
New York City, baby.
Yeah, man, everything's expensive out there. See, like you come down south, bring some money, it will go a ways because we have a low standard of living down here. We're like really chill, laid back.
Like I said, my people is from Anderson, and when I see pack of cigarettes, this was like 4 years ago. A pack of cigarettes was $4. I said, I'm in trouble. pack of cigarettes in New York is $14, but I stopped smoking. A pint of this is back when I was drinking vodka. A pint of vodka was in South Carolina was $6.75 for a pint. Pint up here $13.50.
It's kind of funny because we get a lot of retirees from New York City and New York State to come down here. Basically, what happens is folks up there work all their life, then they retire, and then they find out they can't afford the taxes on their house no more because they're not working 40 hours a week.
What, down there?
No, up in New York.
Yeah, definitely.
So you move down here, and I was having lunch with some real estate guys, and they were talking about the business. They were talking about they're making a killing. I was thinking, like, man, you kind of screwing up the locals because the retirees come down and they're selling the houses here to the New York retirees at a much higher market price than us locals get, which is good for them. They're making all this profit, but it's driving up the price on us. But the New Yorkers are thinking like, man, this is a friggin' bargain.
How much? Yeah, how much is the house down there, Myrtle Beach?
Oh, shit! I'll be honest, I don't know.
I
still don't own my own house.
If you had to guess, how much your mortgage? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't have a mortgage, man. I live in a trailer. I'm like super cracker.
Okay, that's wrong with that. I don't know what else to ask you after that.
Well, it's like this, man. Freaking, that's why I love fucking Virginia, right? So in DC, in middle DC, a house like the one I got, man, which is a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. That'll cost you about $800,000 in DC.
Now our homes
here in Virginia, this cost me $208.
Yeah, I was about to say houses around here are probably like between 100 and 200,000 for a regular size house.
They estimated my house at 350,000, but I know it's bullshit because the lady across the street from me got about $1 million for a house. They're built. I'm right across the street from a school, and the fucking airport is fucking. I could throw. If my arm was feeling good, I could throw a rock and hit the fucking airport.
Man.
Doesn't that get loud?
Well, you don't. Man, you don't want your taxes to go up that damn high.
My taxes are already high. I pay fucking $2,000 a month in mortgage.
But how is that tax? Is that taxes?
It's taxes included with it.
Woo!
What? Mortgage.
No way. Nope. Can't do it.
I was talking to some cats from New York just the other day. They said there's like a tax for like if you want to leave, some sort of weird thing like you try and leave at a certain time. It's like, oh, we got to charge you like a little thing for cutting out early. It's like, what?
From where?
From New York.
Yeah, with the mortgage? It's like they don't want to have Amazon.
Yeah, there's some sort of penalty they throw at you.
If you pay your mortgage up too early, they hit you with a crazy fee.
If you pay it too early?
Yeah, if you don't pay it, like say I got a 30-year fix. You know what I'm saying? If I was to pay the shit, like if I got a whole bunch of money tomorrow.
What do you mean? Like you got it this year?
No, I had my mortgage for at least 15 years.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
so I was gonna say, there's no way that like you're gonna last that 30 years.
What he's saying is, if he had the money to pay off his mortgage right now,
I
would throw an additional fee at him.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
God damn.
And fuck you, Fayette. I heard you just said.
Come on, that was a good one.
It was funny. I just heard what you said. I caught on.
So basically, if the real estate and all that stuff is crazy as hell, you can only imagine what the businesses are going through, especially comic book businesses.
In New York?
Yeah, man. Midtown might get killed.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, didn't Forbidden Planet or Midtown have like Zachary Levi there doing a signing or something?
Wednesday, last Tuesday.
Yeah, why didn't you go for that? Wouldn't that be easy money? You get a pop sign.
Motherfucker, I got a fucking job. I don't get.
Man. You're there on the Wednesday every morning. I don't know,
and I have to go to work after that, motherfucker. I don't get to stay home and fucking talk about people every fucking day like you do, motherfucker.
Interesting. Interesting assessment of what I do.
I gotta go to fuck where I got a fucking job. I can sit here talking shit about CBS every goddamn day.
That's not what I'm doing all day. Like, what are you talking about? Talking about
oh man, I am so glad I could make it for this. This is great,
man.
Sorry.
Who was that, Mel? Was that Chloe?
No, yeah, Chloe and Zeus fighting in the corner.
What did she fight with? You got another dog over there?
Fighting Zeus. They always fight all the time.
Who the fuck is Zeus? I never heard of Zeus.
Zeus is my little dog.
Oh, you got a big dog and a little dog? God damn.
Well, Chloe,
they're both little dogs.
Zeus is a Shih Tzu and Chloe.
Like, you know how Paris Hilton used to have dogs all the time? It's the same kind of dog Paris Hilton would
little
have.
teacups.
Yeah.
Mm.
So.
All right. So did you guys order any comics for FOC?
FOC?
I don't think so. Maybe.
My Little Pony 5.
Why?
I like the cover for 5. You see what 4 sold for?
No, what did 4 sold for?
I ain't gonna tell you.
I think I ordered like Wonder Woman 55s and Batgirl 23 cover Bs. And I think I ordered some Sabrina ones. Now that I'm going through it.
FOC?
Yeah, my problem is like the person I send this stuff, like my request to, I also send them tranny porn. So it's really hard going through these texts figuring out like what I ordered. Yeah.
How many shops you go to in Canada?
I hit 4 on Wednesday. No, I hit 5 on Wednesday.
You don't never get the variants. You don't care for the variants, right?
I got some variants. I got those Wolverine, whatever ones.
I'm talking about the 150s, the 125.
Yeah, I don't care. I just
talking about those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't even do the variants on like the Indiegogos or Kickstarters I back. It's like, just give me that. I, like whichever one I happen to like, I'll take that. I don't need the gold foil embossed cover.
So you got an Indiegogo coming up, right?
No, I'm a long ways from being ready for that.
So what do you do when I show your shit to Scout? What are you ready for?
Well, I'm just.
It's true. Mel does have ins with Scouts. He'll get you published with Scout.
I'm not gonna say I'll get you published. I will definitely get your shit looked at. I'm not gonna say you get published. I will definitely get your stuff looked at.
My plan is I'm not going to go to paper until I've got my first story arc complete. I'm wrapping up my first issue, and I think this first arc is going to go anywhere from 4 to 5 issues at about a page rate of 25. So that's my plan. So I still got like maybe up to 100 pages to draw.
You do the graphic novel? Or you ain't gonna do floppy?
I'm planning. I was going to do a graphic novel because, like, see, one of my problems, like back in the days, I'd see a cool comic in Diamond and like, oh man, this cool indie comic, let me check it out. And you know how it is, diminishing returns. Like the guy only orders so much, and then you order less the next time, and then I'm stuck with an incomplete story, and that is like the bane of my existence. I cannot stand not knowing how a story finished, or or then you find out like, oh man, the guy wasn't making money, so he just stopped producing, whatever.
Faust
kills me. Oh, Faust. Stephen Bissett's Tyrant, so many things. So I didn't want to be that guy. So I said, I'm going to have a complete story arc, whether I release it as a trade, which is where I was leaning.
No.
Till I started listening more to Peter Simeti, and he said, like, trades are oversaturated, go with floppies. Floppies just sell better. So I'm like, I'll go with floppies. And then whenever I launch a Kickstarter Indiegogo, I'm thinking that would be the time to do the collected volume. And I'd add some bonus stuff in there with that.
If you do a floppy, I will do my personal best to promote your stuff.
I appreciate
I don't know what it's going to do for you, but you have my guarantee. I will promote it.
Hey, and Jimmy's gonna draw the variant cover.
If Jimmy was the promoter, he would do a lot better job than I will. I will.
Now, the way you said that, I have to ask: can Jimmy draw, or are you just kind of?
No, they're just talking shit.
What are you
Just
talking
ignore
about,
them.
Jimmy? You did that freaking goat cover, right?
No, what goat cover?
There was a goat that was coming out of the river. I thought you drew that shit. I forget which.
That was Quantum and Woody. No, he did it.
Yeah, Quantum and Woody. Yeah.
No.
Listen, I know a couple of people, and what I could do is point you in the right direction. I ain't guarantee a motherfucking thing, but I do know people, and it would be my honor to help you out because I love your comic knowledge, so you know what you're doing, and this is at least the least I can do for you. This
Man, I really appreciate that. And I accept the fact that there are no guarantees.
Yeah, I ain't
because like here's how I'm coming at things. Like I, like I said a few times already, I'm 50, and I tried to get in comics several times. I didn't have a whole lot of success with it. I got discouraged. I even stopped drawing for like 10 years. And so like I look at people now who are young and hungry, who are like really getting it. And I'm like, man, if I kept drawing, like if I was like one of these guys who'd been working in the industry for the past 30 years, I would be like a friggin' Jim Lee. I think I would have that kind of skill level, but I haven't been. So now I feel like I'm just kind of reaching the 80s level of Marvel, because like my style is very referential of the 80s. You know, that's
it looks Crusader like, if you don't mind me saying it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's interesting. It's interesting hearing the influences people spot that I never saw. Like I've never gotten Quesada before. Somebody said something like my painting work reminded them of Tim Vigil. Speaking of Faust, I tend to think like my big influences were guys like John Romita Jr., John Byrne, Mark Bagley, to name a few. Whenever I'm doing more horror-oriented stuff, I lean more towards Kelly Jones, Bernie Wrightson, Stephen Bissett.
Really,
that's kind of where I come from. And so, like like looking at my stuff, you'll see like I use particularly on Mr. Happy, and there's a reason for that. I use a very heavy line, which kind of went away in the '90s. People stopped inking with a brush; they started inking with pens. The lines got really thin and really crisp. So I'm kind of bringing back a little bit of the '80s flavor, and that's part of the point of the book. Is like this, here's this superhero who's landed in this world of today, but he's still he's trying to bring back like the good feeling of the '80s with it all. So we'll see how it goes.
I love the Mr. Happy work. Mr. Happy work looks insane.
Thank you. I probably put too much time into it because, like, at my very best, if I have nothing to do, I can sometimes crank out a page in three days. But that means I'm writing, I'm drawing, I'm inking, I'm coloring, I'm lettering, I'm doing everything. And a lot of times it can take me up to a week, just depending on what's going on the panel or on the whole page. And I'm probably giving it I'm probably getting a little too Ethan Van Sciver sometimes on it, even though my work isn't at that level. Where like I look at the stuff he's doing, it's like, hey, why is your book late? It's like, have you seen the friggin' detail on that page? It's like looking at something drawn by Jeff Darrow, man. There's stuff going on in every square inch of this thing.
This character got the web. Sell that at the moment.
The web. Well, he right now. I didn't quite understand what you meant.
The web.
What about?
That's your character, right?
The web.
Yeah.
No, my character's Mr. Happy.
No. Oh, because you just did a commission for the web.
Yeah, I did a commission.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I make a little extra money on the side, which regrettably slows me down. But Myrtle Beach is a seasonal town, so sometimes I'm forced to step away and make that extra money. Yeah, it's a tourist town, so you got to do what you got to do.
Mr. Happy could be something, man.
I hope so, man. Everybody who's seen him, I get a really strong, positive response. People dig him. I've been showing him around. I got really serious about it about 2 years ago. I started doing a lot of world building, and I was on this group on DeviantArt called the Deviant Universe, and everybody had put their OCs together there like we were a comic book company, and we had these little monthly challenges, and we draw these old comics, and so you got in the mindset of working on a deadline, working with other people. So it was kind of like working for a company. And then I decided, like, you know what? I'm tired of doing this. I want to actually launch the official book. And so last year I started working hard on that. And I had a couple of medical setbacks, unfortunately. I got diabetes. And that initially, sometimes like my vision gets a little funky. That can be an issue. I've had some problems there, but like I hurt my back last year, and I mean I hurt it bad, and it put me down like for 6 months. I couldn't even set up to draw for like 4 months, and that put me way behind my schedule. So I'm just trying to catch up and get back because I want to get at least 100 pages done this year. So I want to finish my first story arc this year if I can.
Well, I'm gonna see a link to Scott right now. I don't know if he's up, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, nothing promised.
Nothing expected. Yeah, that's like I've been online for a while now, but I only recently got into social media. Like my Twitter is like 6 years old. I only really jumped on it this past year because like I had something I wanted to get out there. I wanted to start promoting. I wanted to really start getting my name. It was like I got like 85 followers on Twitter, but I got like 1,500 people who watch me on DeviantArt. And it's like, man, that's what I need everywhere. Get some eyes on, get some buzz going. And I'll tell you honest, like one of the reasons, like I saw Comics Crusaders, like, well, this can help me. It can get me more in the community, get me a little bit more exposure. Plus, I love reviewing things. I love getting into the whole aspect of talking about comics and movies. So I was like this will be a win-win for everybody all around. But I also knew I'd get a little exposure. I mean, like friggin' Scott Snyder follows me on Twitter now. Who would have thought that would happen?
Okay, so I sent it to our guest on Wednesday night, who'll be James Hayek from Scout Comics. I sent him your link. Tell him to check this out. Let me know what you think. That's what I'm talking about. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, he just sent me a message and said, "Why does Mel always send me this fucking shit?"
Motherfucker, you don't even know him, motherfucker.
I was like,
That's
what's
true.
this
I don't know him.
smiley face character all about? What?
I only know Richard over there.
Jimmy's
I don't know if Richard is still over there.
Jimmy's a fucking hater. Don't fucking listen to him.
That's accurate.
It's funny too because when I did that cover, I'm like, this is not the most dynamic cover because it's pretty flat angle. But I was shooting for a mock because I love doing these kind of homage covers, and I was shooting for this mock up of like the Singing in the Rain poster for the old movie with Gene Kelly, and so it's like. Because I was like, if I do it at the cool angle where like you're looking up at him and there's this big open lamprey maw up above him, like would you really quite get the reference, get the joke? So I opted for a less dynamic cover to kind of tell the story I wanted to tell there.
Hey Jeff, who's your artist for your comic, man?
Me.
Hey, could you do some art for this Hammer Hero shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, fucking draw us up some shit.
No problem. Yeah, and that's another reason it takes me so long to get anything done because, I'm plotting, I'm writing, I'm thumbnailing, I'm penciling, I'm inking, I'm coloring, and I'm lettering, and I don't consider myself a colorist or a letterer by any stretch of the imagination. So it sucks because like I think maybe in future issues I might have to take myself down a notch, but I hate sacrificing any of that art because this being my first real comic book that I'm doing for myself, not for somebody else. I like, and not that I ever skimped on anybody else that I worked for, but like when it's yours, you're like, there's that extra bit you're trying to put into it. You go from 100% to like 120% when it's yours.
Well, like I said, man.
Hey Jimmy, what the fuck is Yo Go Go?
Sleepy John.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
No, that's his new name. That's what I read somebody call him that, and that's what I want to call him now.
We were at Baltimore. Was that 2 years ago, Jimmy?
Yeah, no. Then I saw recently somebody was calling him Yo Go Go. So
what the fuck is Yo Go Go?
They were making fun of him calling him Yo Go Go, so I just thought that's what we should call him now.
He's
such a funny name.
Nah, I see with John from his exploits in Baltimore.
I'm not saying Sleepy John isn't a good name. I'm just saying Yo Go Go is clearly a better name.
I think Sleepy John had.
Dude, that totally sounds like some like awesome Japanese Super Sentai shit. Yo Go Go!
No, but Sleepy John was some real fucking shit that happened to him.
See, Sleepy John sounds like a cool name too. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I like manga. I'm kind of digging the Yo Go Go.
Okay.
Yeah, we were in Baltimore, and then we left the casino, and he was just there, passed out on the
And Jimmy decided to
on the
leave.
bench. And then Mel was like, "We should just leave him."
No, motherfucker, you said leave him. I said put him in the trunk.
I went and got other people, or I told other people, and then I left.
You
But I told other people.
Let's just go.
You didn't tell other people. You said we should leave.
Why are you such a liar? You're like my wife. Why are you such a liar?
Well, at least nobody dick faced him.
All right, gents. Hey, it is currently midnight. We're gonna shut this thing down. If you want us to go further in the future, you just let us know. Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you once again to Al Mega, Jeff Bracey, Jimmy Linguini, Mel Vaughn, and all the other great characters that joined us tonight. I'm talking about John M, Gary Gooser, Clint Jocelyn. I'm actually MeWe friends with some of you guys. Thanks for joining us. Let me know what you thought and how we can improve in the future. But we're gonna try and keep this going. If I can do it again next week, I'm gonna do it again next week.
I don't know about next week. You got me. It's
well,
lucky. You got me, this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, we did this for 3 fucking hours, so that was pretty long.
Shit, I was enjoying it. I could have gone all night.
Yeah, I mean, the next time you'll hear from me will be No Prize Podcast, which will be definitely be next week. But I'm gonna try and do this shit again next week. But thank you for joining us, and just let us know what you think.
We're gonna fucking do we're gonna do a podcast right now. I don't know. Okay. I'm making shit up. Hopefully he'll do it with me. But